Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Welcome, everybody, to the latest edition of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, along with Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell.
Tyvis is eating a Pop-Tart.
Stuffing his face in the middle of the show. I mean, you were driving for 2.5 hours. You couldn't eat while you were driving?
If I stop, I would still be about to run in here if I stop. I can't stop.
You beat me.
Why
can't stop. I'm telling you.
Why not take food with you in the morning?
I took some oatmeal, but it just ain't enough.
All right. Zac Jackson
Don't worry
is here.
about what I got going on.
We've got Anthony and we got Steve behind the glass. Mike comes into work today. He's not feeling well. So we're like, Mike, get out of here. Go upstairs and stay away from us. We'll make sure he's okay, and hopefully he'll be back in the studio tomorrow. But we can't be. We have no time for his germs.
Steve, I'm sorry. I'm in shorts for the first time ever. I don't break the rules.
Don't you feel good?
I mean,
don't point to me.
You wear shorts?
I wore shorts like once.
Okay,
Tyvis
you wore
does
shorts
it every time he's here.
We're adults.
Come on now. We don't need to do that.
That's a crazy shot.
Oh my God.
You know what I do? Shot. What I do now, what I've been doing for the past 6 weeks is I just leave my jeans here. I come in wearing shorts and I just throw my jeans on for the show and I take them off when the show's over.
That's the most laziest thing I've ever heard.
Why is that lazy?
No, that's smart.
No, it's not. Don't listen to him.
I will admit I'm very lazy, but I don't think that's an example of it. What do you mean just wear shorts?
Wear the shorts on the show.
We
don't need to see that.
We were told to wear pants.
Said who?
Well,
that was the rule.
Nobody said nothing to
I am
me.
in shorts today because I'm going to Browns practice immediately from here, and it's 91 degrees, so sorry, Steve.
Right. And Zach's going too.
That's why I'm wearing this horrible fishing-looking shirt,
I like it. It looks comfy. All right, we got to get into a lot of stuff with Zach first. Let's get a read from Anthony.
Yeah, guys, summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action, why not make it a little bit more thrilling? With FanDuel, you can get in on the game while your friends are out getting sunburned at the beach. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups and keep the app fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started.
All right, thank you, Anthony. Zach with us after day one of the much-anticipated Browns training camp. And I said to Zach, what did we learn after one day? And your answer was?
Nothing.
Nothing. We learned nothing after one day. Well,
we learned where to stand in the shade. That's what we learned.
You found the spots?
Oh, yeah.
That's
a veteran move.
Especially yesterday. It was a big difference between shade and sun.
I had binoculars, so we stood in the friends and family section for as long as possible under covered shade.
Smart. That's smart.
And then
that's a veteran move right there.
Absolutely.
By you guys.
Yeah, we've seen some things.
Yeah, you got some like the young reporters, the newbies.
They're aggressive. They're standing in the sun, sweating, getting third-degree burns.
I'll be at practice next Tuesday.
Will you be eating Pop-Tarts during practice?
No, I'm going to probably have to stop at like Cane's or something before I go. Probably have that, and then I'll go watch practice.
My daughter is addicted to Cane's.
I know. She had to order last year at the draft. You had to order her some.
Man, good memory.
That's right. That was a good memory. All right, Zach. So what? I guess if we didn't learn anything, what was interesting, maybe, if anything, that you saw out there yesterday?
Not a ton. It was kind of like you and your jeans. It's the same stuff we've seen, right? They just left them and they picked off.
That's good.
No, it looked like the spring practice.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be today. By rule, by the collective bargaining agreement,
yeah.
You're limited on time. No pads, no contact. Get out. You make sure nobody pulls anything. You kind of go through the stuff. I saw one new footwork drill with the quarterbacks. Otherwise, I saw the exact same stuff. I didn't see a ton of good throws. I saw maybe one good one from everybody. Saw a number of bad ones. And so they're going to go 4 practices. They're going to go another short one today.
Right.
Then 2 longer ones, then take a break. And Kevin said, and this is how all of camp goes, but the first one is when you really notice it. On the off day, the coaches grade everything, and they plan everything. The new itinerary comes out.
Right.
So the first time we're going to see movement, if anything, in the reps, in the order, and the depth chart, and any of that would be next week. And that's when the pads come on, and that's when there'll be probably 2 out of 3 really intense practices.
Kevin Stefanski, as we all know, rarely says anything of value in any press conference. It's all coach speak, no answers. But there were two things I found at least a little interesting. One was the fact that he said that they're going to kind of speed up the process to pick the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And two, that he said that they're going to actually hit in practice, which they haven't really done in years past. What do you make of those two
A couple
things?
times they have.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the first day the pads come on, there's usually like some, but by rule, like all the old inside run drill and stuff, that's all out of the mix now, right? So I do look for the tempo to pick up next week, and I do then think we'll be able to see how some things go. But this is a team that kind of has its 22 with a few exceptions, and then we want to see how the young guys, and except for the quarterback, right? So I can't say they have the 22.
They got the 21.
Right. Yeah. So this is the first of 6 weeks of preseason, right? And week 4 is when they go to Philly. So you would love to have your starter by then, because then you're still 3.5 weeks from actual games.
Right.
And that's when you have 2 practices, playing the Super Bowl champs. You would love to go there and treat it like a game week.
Right.
Because let the rookies and the young guys play on the weekend, but have your number one offense go against arguably the best defense in the league. So the ideal world, the Browns don't live in it, but that's kind of the timeline.
Yeah. Makes sense.
When you look at the 2 young quarterbacks, obviously it's always been big on Dylan and Shador. Obviously, you've seen them through spring. You've seen them through one practice. What would your depth chart look like after one practice?
Well, we're seeing a lot more of Dylan. The reps sort of even out, but he gets the chances with the first, and he always jumps in the first. Like they do a run-through drill, and there's only enough guys for 3 units. So Pickett gets 2, and Dylan gets 2, Flacco gets 1, Shador gets 1. But, as far as them seeing, what I see, Dylan has plenty of arm strength. I think he's been inconsistent. I think Shador has been mostly accurate on his good ones. When it leaves his hand, right? I didn't see him brimming with a ton of confidence yesterday. I can remember one good throw. So we'll see. It's hard. What I'm looking for, Tyvis, is are they getting rid of the ball quickly? And like I said, when they do know where they're going, when they want to go with it, how good does it look then? Because plays break down quickly. And the thing I'm really watching with Shador, not just this week, but more the next couple of weeks, is can he earn some chances? Because when you're out there with XFL guys, undrafted rookies, it's going to be hard. And Dylan, based on where he was drafted and based on mini camping yesterday, is getting chances occasionally with the 1s, but more with the 2s. 2s, 3s rather than 3s, 4s.
Going back to Bull's point about the hitting, and you and I talked about this while we were watching practice yesterday. You brought up the point, Kevin's in a tough spot. You want to hit, but you can't lose a guy in the preseason. But you were also one of the ones that pointed out last year was camp daycare.
Yep.
So where's the line on this? And Tyvis, you know this well from going through it. Where's the line on this of you have to hit and you have to play football to get ready to play football, but you can't expose guys to injuries?
Yeah, well, you got to do it early. Like Monday when the pads come on, I'm expecting line up 11 on 11, and they're going to run Kevin Stefanski run plays at the number 1 defense, right? Now, nobody's going to be diving at Myles Garrett's ankles, and nobody's going to be playing through the whistle, right? But you have to do it, and you have to do it early. So, when they go to Philly for those, the first time they go to Carolina, it's only 1 joint practice, and this is new to Kevin, both having 2 and only doing 1. But
why would you go all the way down there for 1 practice?
Well, we're going to see. There's got to be a method to that. But I think it's just to test your guys, right? That's what I think. But I think
it's still in game reps essentially, because in the game you're not going whatever.
It's controlled environment game.
And I don't know what scheme they run, but probably they run something that probably you're going to see in a regular season. So
something different than you see every day.
So it's let's run some plays against that to see what could work and stuff.
But that day in Philly, I think you'll see Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller and Myles Garrett for the first day, and then not the second. Or at least not, right? You need those live reps, but you want to be smart about it. And then the preseason concludes, I believe, on August 23rd. You cut guys 3 days later. You still have 12 days then before you play. So there's plenty of – it's not a race, but you do have to do it at some point.
We were talking about the quarterback situation before the show, and you said that if it's just as simple as who gives us the best chance to win, there's really no competition, right? It's Flacco way above everybody else.
Right now there's a wide separation just from watching the spring and watching yesterday. So he's getting the fewest reps. I think today will be his day to go first and get the full lift of reps. What I want to see is next week in those 3 practices, do they give him just 1 day of lighter reps or 2? If he's going to be the starter, I think it's just 1. And Kevin has not directly said that because he doesn't answer anything, but Joe has kind of said the same thing. Look, guys, this is my 19th training camp. I'm 40. I've played. He's the only one that's played in this offense too.
Yes.
Which is part of him being head and shoulders above these guys. So August 5th, August 7th, whatever, the day after the Carolina, let's see where they are. But right now, to me, it's Joe, and then you can make the case for anybody else in any other order.
I joked on the show after Dustin's wedding that Zach yelled at me at Dustin's wedding and said, Jason, Kenny Pickett is not going to be the starter. Knock it off. And I'm like, I think he is. I'm not like rooting for Kenny Pickett. I don't think he's the savior.
G. Bush
just
think you
knowing
are.
It's not that. It's just knowing how they think. I think that's where they're going to go. I don't think it's going to work necessarily, but I just think that's what. But anyway, so yesterday we're staying at practice. At the end of practice, I had this brilliant thought in my head, and I looked at Zach. I said, "Hey, don't hit me." And he gave me the look like, "What are you going to say now?" And I said, "Is there any chance they would carry Joe on the practice squad to carry if he says no? You know what I mean? Like if he tells teams no, I'm happy here."
Yeah.
But my thought was then you carry 4, but you're only carrying 3 on the 53. But then it's like as I was talking through it, I'm like, but he wants to play.
Yeah.
And Zach brought up a good point. They would have to turn his money into a bonus, which is no big deal. Like they'll do that. But it's a way of carrying 4 quarterbacks while only carrying 3 on the 53. That was my.
And that's also assuming nobody else would want him.
Well,
which might be right.
And they had a month to sign him, and nobody signed him.
Yeah.
Like he sat there for a month in free agency.
About to agree to be on the
But
practice squad.
I ultimately I talked myself out of it because he's here to play. He's not here to sit and babysit. But it was just like I'm just trying to find a way. How do you keep all four without carrying all 4 on the 50?
You can't.
If Joe Flacco starts, I don't see any reason to keep Kenny Pickett. To me, I would just. I mean,
I would
trade him.
I would
There's
agree
no
with
reason
that.
to keep any one of them if you start one or the other anyway.
Right. Whichever veteran starts, to me, I would let the other go. But
They spent the last 3 weeks of last August trying to make a quarterback trade, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
The August before, they made a surprise quarterback trade, and it
Yeah.
burned them because
Yes.
they didn't have a guy when
Yes,
DTR
they did.
had
Yeah.
to play. So you just never know. It's too early for that.
That's true.
For that discussion.
It's one of those things that you can't really carry for because the league is just going to call you a bluff. It's going to be like, you're going to cut one of them. We'll just wait.
Here's 2 things. One, it's way premature because we don't know who
Right,
would become available, who's even going to stay healthy of this group, whatever. But the second thing is there's two layers. One, nobody else in the league probably wants these guys. But if somebody needs one, these guys don't make any money by quarterback standards.
That's
so they
true.
are very tradable,
Yes.
both Pickett and Flacco. Any other quarterback, they're way at the bottom end. And that's why the Browns have these guys, right? Seeing where this happens.
Right,
but
right.
that makes them movable if it does happen. But we're weeks away.
yeah, we got.
And, I mean, now it turns out it was nothing with Justin Fields. It looks like a dislocated toe.
Right.
But that's exactly. I mean, the starting quarterback gets carried off on a cart on the first day.
Exactly.
A team's going to go looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, the Saints don't really have a quarter. I mean, I know they're going with Tyler Shook, but who knows?
And the Titans now don't have a number 2.
They don't have a 2, right? Who is their number 2?
Brandon Allen now.
Oh gosh.
No, Kyle Allen. Sorry.
Kyle Allen.
Same
the
bum,
same
different
thing.
name.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's the same
They
thing.
might got both.
I wanted to talk to you about the running back spot because we, obviously Judkins is out of the picture for a while, and so Jerome Ford is the starter, I guess, right now. What kind of role do you think? Like, what kind of role were you expecting for Dylan Sampson before this Judkins situation, and do you think he's capable of potentially being a bell cow back, at least in the short term, if they want him to be?
Well, first, here's why I know that we're cool in like these first 3 days of practice. Because if they were really doing something, they would have a running back in. Because Jerome Ford is not practicing.
Yeah,
he's in the building. We saw him at the walkthrough. It's minor, but he's not practicing. So Pierre Strong, who's a special teams player, was the number 1 running back on the first day of practice.
Okay.
Dylan Sampson is very small. He's electric. They like him. They drafted him, as the second running back.
Yeah.
But he's very small.
What did you say yesterday?
That Dylan Gabriel looks like Joe Flacco standing next to Dylan Sampson.
It was a great line.
That's good.
It took me a minute to process. It was such a great line.
But he caught the ball out of
Yeah.
the backfield. He produced. He's quick. Is there any chance he's a full-time running back?
Yeah.
I don't know, especially not right away.
Right.
But they're going to bring in a guy, right?
Right,
And I
right.
think what they'll do, Bull, is I think they'll just bring in a guy to eat some carries, and then in a couple weeks they'll evaluate. Do we need to get an older back? Is Judkins going to be here? Because they picked Judkins over Henderson because they thought Judkins was the fit.
Right.
The inside runner, the short yardage guy, they thought he was that fit. So they're going to need that kind of – because we know Ford's not that kind of guy. And
Right.
Sampson is not that kind of guy.
So do they bring in your boy Zeke? Isn't Zeke a free agent?
Feeding.
Or Jamal Williams, maybe? Somebody like that. I don't know. So, but do you think, does Dylan Sampson get 6-8 touches a game even right off the bat, you think?
I mean, if they were playing today, yeah, probably 16 touches.
Oh, really? That would be good.
Because they don't, it would be Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
and Kevin's come out and said Jerome Ford is RB1, correct?
He said that yesterday.
Yeah.
He was kind of acknowledging, but that's what it was. I don't think Judkins was ever going to be first drive, first game. But was Judkins going to get at least 200 touches and maybe 250, 260 on this team? Yes.
Yeah.
They immediate short yardage, immediate between the tackles, and then see how it goes. We've seen Jerome Ford perform. We've seen him be best in a number 2 role, in a complementary role. And a lot of good offenses and bad split the carries. So there's room for 3.
Yeah.
Right now they have, 1, Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, that's true.
Now maybe Ford's out there by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let me look at the defensive side of the ball. I know everybody is so enamored with the offense and the quarterbacks. Did you so happen to see who was the opposite of Miles at the end, and what does that look like?
Isaiah McGuire was first.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Look at that. Is Alex Wright healthy?
Yeah, he's getting back. He did not have a full spring, so I'm
Okay.
interested to see. Because I thought Alex
Yeah.
Wright was really playing well last year.
He was,
before the
yeah.
injury.
Yeah. What was your prediction?
Yeah.
Double digits.
That was my bold prediction that he'd have double-digit sacks.
They added a bunch of guys, and they claimed another guy yesterday, KJ Henry. But
Yeah, they traded double over to him.
they got a bunch of guys on like 1-year deals who've been dismissed by other teams or whatever, who they're going to see. So you have Miles. You want it to work out with McGuire because he's under contract for 2 years.
What about JTS?
He's on a 1-year deal too. He's a pass down player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's going to try to win that oboe role.
Okay.
Right, but it is interesting with Braden McGuire to see who plays the most, and then if JTS doesn't win that role, it's probably because one of those guys is in front of him.
AB's going to talk today, this afternoon. I'm sure this is going to come up when we were talking about Judkins a minute ago. The fact that they told him stay there, worry about what you got going on. My call went through this last year. He was back at practice the next day. Mm-hmm. Is this because he hasn't signed his contract yet, or is this because, as Kevin said yesterday, they take these types of things very, very, very seriously? Do you think that they are, after everything they've been through, that they are starting to crack down on some of this off-field stuff, or is this strictly because he hasn't signed his contract yet?
Just the way Kevin said it made me believe that it is very serious, but I think the contract is the bulk of it because it was like, obviously we're not going to sign this guy to a full guaranteed deal right after this happened.
Yeah.
And I think if he was here, he would have gone on commissioner's exempt. Because with my call, it was mid-August, and then it was less than 2 weeks from the cut down, so they had to make a decision. That's the day he went on commissioner's exempt. When Jabril Peppers, I always want to call him Julius, he was 5 days after his incident last year. He was on commissioner's exempt. So I think if the contract was involved, he wouldn't be here anyway. So I think the Browns are just, let's let this go. Let's look at NFL, get all the information. We'll get all our information, see what the next step is legally, and have him here. I mean, this is very valuable time for a rookie to miss.
Oh, yeah.
So
had he signed, had this been a normal offseason and he signed like a second-round pick normally signed, do you still think he would be away right now?
he would probably be away right now,
Okay.
yes.
Let's talk about the offensive line for a minute. Obviously, we haven't learned anything really yet, but they're relying on old guys and then DeJuan Jones, who, kudos to him, lost a ton of weight, looks like he's in great shape. How confident going into the season are you in the O-line?
If DeJuan Jones holds up, I'm very confident.
Yeah.
And we've seen the talent. We've seen this guy lock in and do it.
Yeah.
So, I'm more interested to see, is Zac Zinter going to be on the team, or is he going to have a role?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He might not make the team, huh?
Really?
Jason, what were we hearing last year?
Absolute disaster. Total disaster.
Nice draft pick. Good
But
job.
What they do in the
but
third?
hang on. In fairness, Mike Vrabel became the offensive line coach.
Yeah,
after
that's
week
true.
3. So with it competent coaching, does he was so highly regarded coming out of Michigan?
I know. That's why I'm shocked.
That's why I have a hard time believing. I think he makes the team.
Okay.
They brought in this Tevin Jenkins,
Yeah,
who was like a
right.
top 30 or 40 free agent and has played well when he was healthy. He didn't sign until like 5 weeks into
Right.
free agency, which tells me that some teams just didn't view he was healthy or didn't think he could stay healthy.
Yeah.
But he's been playing left guard, Tevin Jenkins. Zinter's at right. Zinter did play some snaps at center. So this is like just the whole thing. Like,
my
Yeah.
boy Luke
let's
out there.
see in 10 days, right? And when you do get to the joint practices and you have a chance to mix and match some guys, does Jenkins come in first when Joel goes out, or does Zinter come in first when Joel goes out? That's kind of the tell on where they
Yeah.
are. Right now, everybody's in the second day of camp.
Is Luke Whippler out there?
He is the backup center, and from talking to the new O-line coach in the spring, he had high endorsement of Luke.
That's what we Buckeyes do, man.
I mean, I don't think his mama smiles that widely.
It's not exactly the time to brag about the Browns Buckeyes.
Hey,
Yeah, really.
hey.
Here.
We slip up every now and then. It was one little. It's an incident. It's
Like 2 years in a row.
Every now and then.
Ooh, listen.
Yeah.
Annually.
It's, what people gotta understand is
Yeah. Here we go. Here goes the Ohio State propaganda.
I am not justifying what they did in any way. It's totally wrong, and they should have never done that at all. What we got to do, though, as athletes and as a former athlete, because I catch myself with this, is that when you get around this time of the year, like naturally you just get more angrier. Like things just because you're getting prepared for battle essentially. And as an athlete, you have to learn how to tame that. You got to keep that in the building. And what these young guys are doing is they think they have to be like that off the field as well because it's their time. And they just
Need you to teach them.
that's what happens.
Gotta straighten these guys out.
Because I feel it. Even as a former athlete,
Yeah.
I haven't played in years, but like even around this time, I always catch myself being just a little more angrier. And it's just because for 19 years, that's what it was. So we need to probably teach these young guys that
Yeah. They need guys like you teaching them.
they don't listen to me.
And what I've learned from the years too is like yesterday it's 170-minute practice. Today it's 170-minute practice. But now tomorrow the crowd's out there, right? And rookies are going to have a good day, going to have a bad day. Like how are you going to process it? How are you going to stack it? Like how is Dylan Gabriel going to handle the yelling for Shador, right?
Right,
Like,
absolutely.
What is going to go on here when there's a fight in practice, and we'll consider that progress because it won't be Camp Cupcake.
Yeah, right,
but
sure.
can you get your aggression out and then walk away from it, right? And can these rookies like Dylan Sampson and this undrafted rookie Amani Marshall are going to move up? Like they have a chance to make an impression. They can't put too much pressure on themselves. They can't play out of themselves, but they have a chance to keep the Browns from going to sign a veteran running back.
Go ahead.
What does the receivers look like? I mean, we know
Most of them are about this high.
So like we know Judy, but like how is Tillman, Deontay Johnson? Is there anybody?
I thought it was
of
interesting
note?
that at the end of practice yesterday that Pickett and Shador stayed on the field, and it was all rookie receivers except for Tillman getting that extra work. So, Mike Woods is trying to make the team.
What about the kid from Mentor?
Yeah, he's trying to make the practice squad. He's one of 4 undrafted rookie receivers, and you would not normally keep 4. But A, they have no clear answer behind Judy, and B, they intentionally kept more receivers just to be able to run these drills. Like they get to the point in these drills like a ball boy had to run a route for Shador yesterday because they just don't have the guys.
My God.
So if they're playing the game right now, Tyvis, it's Jerry Jeudy on the field every play, Cedric Tillman on the field almost every play, and then Deontay Johnson, by what we know, by what he's done, is the slot. But there's Mike Woods, there's Jamari Thrash, there's Caden Davis, there's DeAndre Carter. In a week we'll have a clearer answer on who's getting the reps. But all those rookies are way, way down at the bottom.
How much do you expect Fadden to play off the jump?
Not a lot, and I don't think that that's a bad thing.
Okay.
This is one thing to watch. Like, what do you think Stefanski offense, 2 tight ends? Like a just turned 21, Matt Guy is not a blocking tight end.
Gotcha.
So
That's
can it
fair.
be those guys? And you can move Njoku around too. So there's an opportunity for other guys to make the team and Fannin to kind of ease in. Now, I do think Fannin has a chance to be a really good player, and there was a lot of pre-draft love for him. But I think it's a big ask right now. Given he's only been playing tight end for like 2 years.
Right. Do you think the plan is to let Njoku walk, or would they still like to bring him back next year?
Well, the salary cap that they're already committed to says they would like to extend him and push it further down.
Okay.
He just needs to be consistent. I mean, Njoku's highs have been really good, but he's had 8 good games in 8 years.
Yeah. Yesterday we were talking. ESPN's been doing these series of top 10 at each position based on executives and whatever, and Denzel Ward was 3rd on the corners, and obviously he's been a consistently very good player. He's never been an All-Pro. He's been multiple Pro Bowler, but not an All-Pro. I guess the only thing in his game we were talking about is like he's never had more than 3 sacks. Every year he has 2 or 3, interceptions, 2 or 3.
He dropped like 6 last year.
Yeah. Do you see, is there another level to his game?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's it's getting those interceptions.
Yeah.
And I think it's being on good teams. But Denzel Ward is really good. I've thought that all along.
Yeah.
And I thought last year was his best year. And people have knocked him for the injuries. He's never missed more than 4 games in a year.
And he stayed healthy last year.
People are basically begging him to walk away, and he's like, "No, I'm done the research. Like, I do not want to quit football because of my concussions. I want to do this." They pushed all his money forward last year. He had perfect attendance in the offseason. He had a phenomenal season.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of grown into a leadership role. He's a very quiet guy by nature.
Yeah.
Like, this is what if you're making the case for the Browns can be better than people think, right?
Yeah.
Looking at no other defense or few other defenses have building blocks like Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. I mean, those
That's
guys
fair.
are phenomenal.
I was actually going to ask you what is the strength of this team, but I guess defense is a pretty obvious answer. So instead, I'll tell you how much I love this man. I love him like a brother, but he's lost his damn mind because he says the Browns are going 8-9.
No. 7-9. The Quinn
7
it
and
was
10.
7 and 10.
They're going to quit.
No.
Play the
Yeah,
17
7
team.
and
They're going
10.
7
It
and 9.
was 8-9, but the Quinshawn thing happened. So 7 and 10.
Give me the path for this team to go 7 and 10.
Tell them about the NFL.
Could they have to win week 1, right? Because you're going to be like 2 touchdown underdogs in Baltimore week 2 when it's about 113 degrees on that turf and you're playing against Lamar Jackson, right? So you got to run the ball for sure. You got to play great defense. Denzel has to catch those interceptions, and you have to set the offense up.
Yeah.
And everybody in the first month of this season is just finding their way. You know, that's just it's how it goes. It's super competitive. Find a way to win. The kicker makes his kicks.
Yeah.
You win the turnover battle. They have nothing from the run game last year.
Yep.
You're historically bad offensive production early in the year. Miles jumps over a kicker, blocks a field goal. Rodney McLeod comes out of retirement. Richard, that's how you win. That's how you get off to a 3-2 start.
Yeah.
And now you figured something out, right?
Right.
And maybe everybody else, maybe Flacco plays great. Maybe everybody else has quarterback injuries.
Yeah.
You know,
You never know.
This is not the least talented team in the league.
Right, yeah.
And if the offensive skill group is okay, then the talent level is right in the middle or above that, right?
Yeah.
There's not many, big picture, there's not a lot of young players that have done much. And the one who looked to be the best one, Martin Emerson, had a real crappy year last year, right? So,
Or Jay who's out for the maybe
yeah.
first career.
So, there's only 25 guys. Take out the undrafted rookies. There's
Yeah.
only 25 guys on this roster right now who are signed for next year.
Wow.
And one of those is Deshaun Watson, and one of those is JOK.
Oh, jeez. Wow, that is
So
really
you
bad.
need these
Yeah.
rookies to produce.
Yeah.
And you're second in the waiver wire through the end of September. You got to find, but it's just about like guys, finding your special teams players from within, right? Harold Fannin, even if it's not this September, being really good. Dylan Sampson, even if
Yeah.
he's not an every down back, being your kick returner or your third down back and a playmaker. They've made a huge bet on Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
By not by anything other than not drafting a wide receiver or just they've made a medium bet with no guarantees on Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson has had a 100-catch season in this league.
Yeah.
And even last year, like the word was out, this guy is a pain in the ass, and teams kept taking him.
Yep.
Been on 5 different teams in 15 months, but he can play.
And they need Mason Graham to be a star.
Yeah, well, next to
Eventually,
Miles,
not necessarily the first year.
Well,
but
to me, it's Malik Collins. They gave him $10 million guaranteed at 30 years old. Like he's got to produce.
Yeah. Schlesinger.
He's been singing Malik Collins for weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach.
Schlesinger, I want to see him when the pads come on because he's so much bigger than all the other linebackers. And so, like, is he just? Did they feel like they had to draft him at 33 because he has the instincts, the speed, and like the size to hold up in the AFC North?
Is this a lost year for Judkins? I still think he's going to be a productive back in the NFL.
If we don't see Judkins in the next few weeks, then it's history says it's a lost year. I have no idea what's going on legally. I have no idea if the NFL will deem it 4 games, 6 games, or no games. We don't know.
Yeah.
But the way that it's trending, yes.
Just because of all the valuable time he's missing right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, thanks for coming in today. Have fun out at camp, putting up with Jason, staying in the shade. And we'll see you
We'll
next
see
time.
what cockamamie ideas about the practice squad Jason can come up with today.
Listen, it was a passing thought in my head, all right? I was just thinking out loud. I talked it through, and I talked myself out of it by the
All
end.
right, yeah.
But the glare from him when I said, all right, now don't hit me, was priceless.
He should have hit you, I think.
I mean, I can't believe he hasn't hit me yet.
I looked at you like,
Like,
stop.
that's great.
You really pulling for straws.
I'm just,
Like,
I'm
stop.
trying to find a way to
I
carry
have,
forward
like,
without carrying forward on the 50.
In 3 weeks or so, I have no idea what the temperature of the quarterback room is going to be.
Yeah.
Like external options, is there a clear-cut starter?
Right.
Has one of the rookies pulled? I have no idea. You know, I really don't.
That's
I
what
really
we're going to find out in the next few
And
weeks.
for the record, I do think they can carry 4 on the 53. Like, so what if they lose? They're not going to be any good, so what's it matter? But if you're trying to protect all 4 while only carrying 3 on the 53, I was just trying to think.
You're thinking outside the box.
Will you stop saying that?
Instead, you drop it.
Is 7-10 good?
It's middle of the pack.
It's not good.
Not good.
It's July 24th. Nobody knows, but Tyvis, they're not going to be.
You never know.
When they go 7-10, like I said, I
Are
want
you
a
going to
public
want
apology.
like kudos for going 7-10?
I just want a public apology.
Okay.
We'll throw a parade around the old Ford plant.
There you go.
When they go 7-10.
All right,
before the
thanks,
new
Zach.
stadium.
Let me talk to you folks about Yahoo Fantasy Sports. I mistakenly took our UCSS Fantasy League out of Yahoo last year to a different website, and it was a huge mistake. We wanted to try something different for once, but we learned our lesson that it's Yahoo Fantasy is the way to go, and now they've got new features and all kinds of cool things that you can use that can make your fantasy league better. Everybody loves playing fantasy football, and now you can play it at the best spot at Yahoo Fantasy. So go to yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL to celebrate 28 years of fantasy greatness. Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days, giving you more ways to play, more ways to draft, and more ways to win. It all begins August 4th, less than 2 weeks away. Stay tuned and get started by creating or joining a Yahoo Fantasy Football League at yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. That's yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. And let's make this fantasy season the best one yet. Anthony.
What's up, guys?
Oh, no, that's
I was
all
gonna
right.
say-
I was going to you for a read, but I just did the read. So.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, all right, guys. So, day 1 of practice in the books. We got Zach's thoughts. You were out there yesterday as well, Jason. Anything that we didn't hit on that caught your eye at all?
No, Zach pretty well covered it.
Yeah.
I was curious, like everyone else, the order, 2 11-on-11s.
Right.
And Kenny went first, Dylan went second, Shador went third, and Joe didn't go at all, which isn't really that much of a surprise. Kevin said the order, he said might, and then he said will change today, so we'll see what the order is today when we get out there. But, I mean, I don't care about throwing against air. I don't know why. I don't care. I care about the 11-on-11 reps. And I thought Dylan had a good throw that we saw, a great throw downfield. Shador had a nice throw that I saw. The thing with Dylan, it's constant. Everything's moving because of his size.
Yeah.
It's all boots, rollouts, moving the pocket. Like you can't stand in the pocket.
Yeah, right.
You can't just stand back there and let them pick teams apart. That's not how it's going to work. So that little wrinkle is fascinating to me because that's not the case with the other guys. Kenny's athletic. He can move. Shador obviously can move. Dylan can move, or Dylan has to move.
Yeah.
But Flacco can stand in the pocket. So depending on who the quarterback is, will predicate, I think, a lot of how they try and run this.
Which is part of the reason why, as we talked about earlier with Zach, you want to make that decision as soon as possible. Because you're going to...
It is different styles.
Right. You're going to have to run the offense differently if
Yeah.
you're Kevin Stefanski based on who the quarterback is.
Not to mention Dylan's left-handed and the others are right-handed. And I don't expect Dylan Gabriel to be the week 1 starter. But I'm just saying.
Sure, but...
There are drastic differences. These aren't
Yeah.
4 guys cut from the same cloth. They're very different styles.
You still think Kenny Pickett's going to be the week 1 starter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I want to make this clear.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating that Kenny's this great
Listen,
quarterback.
I understand
We
that.
understand that.
We
That was
understand
Garrett that didn't.
I
Some
can't
people
make
are
it
going to
any.
take it the way they want. There's nothing you can do
I
about
can't
it.
make it any clearer.
I know you've made it clear.
I
I don't agree with you, but I understand what you're saying.
I agree. I think Joe Flacco is the best quarterback on this roster.
I
don't
yeah.
think he's starting week 1 though.
So we're not trying to win.
I don't see why. I don't see the point in playing a 40-year-old quarterback. I don't understand.
Well,
the logic
because
behind
To
that.
win games.
They want to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. So you're going to go.
What
so you're going to win 6 games instead of 5 games.
Hello. You play to win.
I get it. But you also have to play with a long-term focus on who's the quarterback.
Oh, so we should go get Arch Manning and Nick Saban?
I mean, we'll talk about that later.
Well, to me, playing Kenny Pickett is a waste of time also because he's not any good, and I would rather see the rookies play.
I would rather see the rookies play
Yeah.
as well. I would.
Yeah. But they may not be ready to go.
For week 1,
Yeah.
I'm talking week 1. Yeah, I think Kenny's going to be the starter for week 1. Doesn't mean he's going to be the starter in week 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah.
But for week 1, yeah. And by the way,
Yeah.
he's been first on all of the first-team reps.
Yeah.
So I guess Joe took some during OTAs.
Yeah.
They flip-flop back and forth. But, like, first day, first rep, OTAs, it was Kenny. First day, first rep, yesterday, it was Kenny. Why is this such a shock to say that? I don't understand why people are so appalled to think Kenny's going to start.
Because I think most people think he stinks, and what are they doing here?
All right, I get it.
Yeah.
But they don't. They don't think he does.
Okay, well, they're usually wrong.
What do you think? You got to watch him. What do you think of Kenneth Pickett?
I think Joe Flacco's better.
Okay.
And I think Kenny's going to start. Like, that's it. Yeah, I think Joe's the best quarterback I've seen.
Okay.
In the camps.
So basically what you're saying is if Kenny Pickett starts, the Browns are telling everybody that they don't really want to
winning is not priority.
No, I think they feel like they can compete with Kenny. I think they feel like they can, and he's a lot younger.
What you're saying makes absolutely no sense.
Why?
Because if Joe Flacco's head and shoulders better than everybody, you're going to try to tell me that you're going to get rid of Joe Flacco, or not even get rid of. You're not going to play Joe Flacco. You're going to play Kenny Pickett when Joe is clearly the better quarterback. But you're going to tell me that you want to win games, but you don't want to play the best guy.
If NFL teams
makes no sense.
If NFL teams valued my opinion, I'd be working for NFL teams. They don't care what I think.
Well,
but when
you
I
don't want to
stand
work
there,
that hard.
well, that's true too. When I stand there. And when I'm from where I'm standing, when I'm watching, Joe's got the best arm. He's got the best feel for the offense. Yeah, I think he's the best quarterback. But I also think he's 40 years old at the end of his career. And they're not going to say this, but they know they're not going anywhere this season. They know it. So they would rather play.
You don't know it.
No, they do.
You don't.
They would rather play the younger kid and see if you strike lightning. I don't think that they will.
What if they did? Let's say Kenneth Pickett goes
out there.
Is the next
Samuel Darnold.
No, let's say he go out there and he throw for 5,500 yards and
chance.
40 touchdowns. Are they going to sign him long term?
Probably.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they might.
With what money?
5,500 yards
With what
and 40
money?
touchdowns?
With what
They
money?
will.
With what money?
They will.
There is no way.
Guys, first of all, there's zero chance that that's happening. So there was no point in discussing.
With what money is all I want to know.
You find a way.
It gets easier.
Yeah.
The closer you get to the end of Deshaun, it gets easier.
When is he off the books?
When is
After next year?
I mean, they've kicked so much dead money.
That's what
down
I'm
the
saying.
road.
Like, when is he off the books?
They keep kicking the can down the road. He's
right,
on the
but
books beyond.
It's not a
next year.
significant hit after I think the end of next year.
No, because they keep kicking it down the road. He's on the books. I don't know. I'd have to look at
Probably for 3-4 more years.
It's for the next couple of years.
Yeah, but listen, Kenny Pickett's not going to do that. He's barely going to play, even if he does. Even if Jason's right and he starts, I can't imagine it would be for too long.
I would agree with that.
But
like,
I don't believe in any way that he is a starting NFL quarterback. I know he's young. He hasn't played that much. I don't care.
By the way, nobody wanted Joe Flacco either. He sat out there for a month in free agency, and no teams came calling for him.
And yet he's the best quarterback on this roster.
What does that tell you about the state of the quarter? And that's just my opinion.
By the way, if they really
you know what? I'm going to see it on Tuesday because I'm going.
Good. Hopefully they let Joe throw.
The Browns made 3 moves. Essentially 3 quarterback moves. Well, really 4 after trading for Kenny Pickett. They signed Flacco, that's 1. But 3, they made 3 long-term moves, potentially. They drafted Dylan Gabriel, they drafted Shedeur Sanders. But first they traded down to get a pick for a quarterback potentially next year. So I just don't buy that they think if they really thought there was a legitimate shot that Kenny Pickett could be the last long-term option, would they have done all of those things? They obviously can't think it's more than a long shot here.
Of course.
Yeah.
I keep saying the next future quarterback of the Browns isn't on the team yet. He's in the draft. He's in next year's draft. That's how they're viewing this right now, and it's on Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders to change their mind. I'm not even including Kenny Pickett in that.
Yeah. Well, they were really stupid. If that's the case, and it probably is, then they were really stupid to draft 2 quarterbacks.
Why? Take a shot.
Well, you have
due to
a lot of holes.
Well, due to the fact that you wasted a 3rd round pick on a guy that's never going to play, that's a very valuable spot.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
The Shedeur thing is a 5th round doesn't matter.
Yeah, the 5th round thing, whatever. But the 3rd round pick,
but
those guys can
G
be
was
players.
screaming draft 2. Well,
everybody said draft 2.
But now we're going to kill him for drafting 2 and call it a waste of a
nothing.
pick?
But if they're a wasted pick, why did you do that? If you knew going into in your heart of hearts when you made that trade for that next round pick, you essentially said to yourself, we done with any of these quarterbacks. We don't think none of them is the long-term answer. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So with that being said, why even waste the pick on a quarterback?
because I still think you want to take the year to take a look at guys, and maybe you strike.
What
lightning.
difference does it make? You get one next year anyway.
Well, no, if one of these-
and we did a whole exercise saying that this is not enough time to evaluate a quarterback.
I agree. So now imagine if we sat here and they didn't take one quarterback in the draft.
They better have
people
to-
would be losing
they
their
better have
minds.
took a wide receiver.
And by the way, even though they have 2 first-round picks, and even though we think they're going to be bad, we don't know for sure they're going to have the opportunity to draft a good quarterback next year.
Oh, 7 and 10, huh?
Tyvis, they could go 5 and 12 and end up with the 4th pick, and there might be 2 quarterbacks, and the top 2 teams might be quarterbacks.
All of quarterbacks out here in this draft supposed to be like a record year.
If they go 5 and 12, they will be in position to get a quarterback. It may not be their number one choice, but they will be in position to get a quarterback.
Again, probably, but not 100%. And so you don't know.
I'll probably make it safely to Browns, but I could watch
that's
Netflix and get crushed by a truck.
We don't know how many.
You can't watch. It's only a 15
If the Browns
ride.
get. So if you're getting your 3rd option at quarterback next year, that's not great. You don't know that guy's going to be any good.
Okay, but
Most years, there's 2 good quarterbacks. That's the number. 2.5.
If they win 5 games next year, they're going to be in position to draft.
Giants won 5 games. They took Jackson Dart.
because the quarterback class sucked.
Well, we don't know it's going to be good next
right.
year. We keep
Okay.
saying this. You're just assuming it's going to be good. It might
Well,
be.
I can't remember the last time there was shit quarterback classes in back-to-back years.
I'm just saying, but it could be a good quarterback.
It's never been a year where it's been 6 good quarterbacks in first
It
and
might
one
only
round.
be
Don't need
2.
6. All right, then what? Then again, what is your solution? What is your solution?
My solution is to play.
No. I want to hear from
No.
you. What is your solution to finding a franchise quarterback?
You got to get it through the draft. I'm just saying it's not going to.
That's what I've been saying for 6 months.
But I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying you're making it seem like it's a short thing. They're going to be able to get
I've
it next year.
never
I'm
said
just
it's a
saying-
sure thing. I
Yeah.
said it's a calculated risk, but it's
I
the
agree.
best chance.
I agree.
Everything is a calculated
Yes.
risk. You have to take the best chance. This is their best chance to
I
find it.
agree, but the point was, Tyvis said, well, what was the point of drafting if you don't have time to evaluate? But there may be a scenario where one of these rookies looks pretty good, and if you have the opportunity to draft a top quarterback next year, you're going to do it. But you could be in a scenario, it may not be that likely, but you could be in a scenario where one of them looks pretty good, and you only have access to the 3rd best quarterback in next year's draft. And you know what? Maybe Shedeur Sanders or maybe Dylan Gabriel showed me enough that I'd rather move forward with them than the 3rd best
You know
quarterback
why
in
you
the
take
draft.
2? Because Kyle Shanahan told his owner in the middle of training camp of Brock Purdy's rookie year, that kid's the best quarterback we've got.
Yeah.
And they knew it right away. And that's why you do it. You roll the dice, you take a chance. I mean, do you want to take another crappy receiver in the 3rd round who's going to get cut in 2 years? That's been their history with 3rd-round receivers. So take the chance.
Man, we keep missing on quarterbacks, but they keep swinging. So
I
why
know,
not
'cause it's
keep
the
swinging at wide receiver?
Because quarterback is the most important position, and you're not going anywhere until you get one.
Okay.
Yeah, and listen, just because we may not like Dylan Gabriel or whatever, or you may not think he's good, or I may not.
They obviously they think he's very good.
I ain't
Yeah.
never one time ever said
Okay, whatever. Whoever.
That's
a lot of
Garrett.
people don't think he's really good.
They think he's very good.
You know, we'll see. Now,
I said the dude was a baller at Oregon. I
their
ain't
track
never-
record of what they think is good has not really been good.
If he's 4 inches taller, he's a first-round pick. I do.
Well, but
believe
he's
that.
not.
I
But
know.
that doesn't
I know he's
matter.
not.
So,
but I'm saying, like,
yeah.
he's got everything but the height. Now that's a really important thing.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's not
I'm
a lot of
just
successful short quarterbacks.
I'm just telling you
but
why
we'll
they
see.
like him. They like him.
I hear you, but again, it's hard to have faith in them because most of what they've done has gone wrong in terms of picking players.
I guess my whole issue with the whole thing with what you're saying is it literally goes back to the conversation that we had, I believe, last year or maybe this year. I can't remember when we had it, but it's about the mentality and the culture.
Yeah.
They are pretty much losers at heart. Like that's what it is. Like we've been losing for many, many years, and naturally we just losers. And you're about to go get the franchise quarterback and bring him and drop him into the locker room of guys who have a loser's mentality. It's not. He's going to become a loser. Like
I
that.
agree with
Yeah,
that.
it is.
Well, what have we seen?
What
have we seen with Joe Burrow? The Bengals were losers.
Joe Burrow is, first of all,
Well, if you have a special
Joe
guy-
Burrow was a former Buckeye, and you know what we Buckeyes do. You know, we go to franchises and we just change things. With that being said,
You're right.
he
went
was
down with you
different.
and
That's
changed it.
that's special.
Well, but that's what we're talking about. Hopefully, the Browns getting at some point. No.
I got to see the quarterbacks in
Yeah.
here. I got to see. I need this college year to play out because
You don't see it with any of these quarterbacks.
no. Every quarterback I look at is who you give me a name.
I don't.
Give me a name.
I don't know.
Jason.
I have no clue.
Yeah, Arch Manning. He hasn't played. He played 2 games against the worst 2 teams on the Texas schedule last year. Garrett Nussmeier throws interceptions. Drew Aller talk about he trying to dirt a ball and he throws a game-winning or game-losing interception. Like, who you gonna tell me? Like, what? Who?
The only
Kane Klubnik played good in the second half of the
only
season.
thing I'll say to that, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we just talked about Joe Burrow, right? The year before the Bengals drafted him, he wasn't going to be the first pick in the draft.
No, that's why he went back for another year.
Right.
And look what happened.
And look how much better he was. I'm not saying that's going to happen.
This is what, but this is the thing. This is what I love you and I respect you.
Yeah.
Stop comparing everybody to Joe Burrow.
Okay, fair
Joe
enough.
Burrow is one of one.
You're right.
Like
You're right.
that's a totally different dude.
My point is, you're right. That's fair.
But he's not the only one whose stock drastically
But
changed.
Right.
in
His
1 year.
stock. Some of these guys. You're right. As of now, it doesn't look like there's a clear guy.
But the guys who evaluate this for a living, the guys who do get paid for this, see these quarterbacks as better than the ones that came out last year. Now, 6 months from now, you might be right. 6 months from now, it could be trash again.
So my whole thing is, so say they are trash again. What was the point?
They're screwed. They're
So why not win the games now? I'm not about to go out. I
Because
am
they don't have
not
the
going out there and risking my life every Sunday because you don't care and you want us to lose.
They don't have
I'm not doing that.
They don't have the talent to win the games now.
But they have.
As a player, Jason, I am not.
the coaches
you
wanna
putting
win.
my life at risk for this.
Yes.
The
To be a loser,
Jason,
like you
you're
set me up
looking
to
at-
fail.
I'm looking at it from a GM's
If
perspective.
that's the case, everybody on the Browns should
but
request a
you're-
trade.
Tyvis
That's
is
what I
right. In the
feel.
beginning
Of course
of the
he's
year,
right.
you
I'd
play to
request
win.
a trade.
Of course he's right.
You play to win. The
Of
coaches
course.
want to win. The
Yes.
players want to win.
Yes.
They're doing. Tyvis is right. If they don't play Joe Flacco, unless one of the rookies just explodes on the scene, if they don't play Joe Flacco, it's a disservice to a Joel Bitonio who essentially came out of retirement to play one more season, and Myles Garrett, who was sick of all this shit here.
Myles Garrett knew what he was signing up for.
I
when he
hear
took
ya,
the extension.
but
Joel knew what he was walking into, and he came back.
You got to try to win. At the beginning of the year, you try your best to win.
From a player's
That's-
perspective,
yes.
I know exactly what you're saying, and I
so-
agree with you.
Yes, when the Giants won their last game that cost them the first-round pick, and fans ripped other fans for saying they should have lost, that's wrong. At that point, I get it. But in the beginning of the year, every team owes it to their fan base. Every team owes it to the players, and the coaches want to win. Nobody wants to lose.
Of course, yes,
That's
of course.
it. And
They
you're
go out
right,
there-
there's a loser
They go out there
mentality
and take
here.
all they want, and then Kevin get fired, and then they gonna be like, then
Right.
you're gonna be looking crazy.
I'm just telling you, I've talked to executives in all 3 sports who talk about sometimes you got to lose to win. They all look at it that way.
Right.
Not every
But the Browns
executive
have lost
I want
in-
to be clear.
yeah.
Not every executive
Yeah.
looks at it that way. There are executives in every sport
too many
that looks at it
variables.
that way. Sometimes you have to lose
Okay,
in
go
order
on.
to eventually win.
I've
Now,
been
it's
down
not-
on the Guardians, but they don't do that.
They don't. That's
many
what I'm saying.
variables.
It's not every executive and it's not lost on me either that the Steelers and the Browns are in very similar situations right now. And the Steelers are like, give us the 41-year-old quarterback and we're going to go and we don't care about finding the
right.
quarterback of the future. And they have a much different culture than what the Browns have here.
The Steelers and the Ravens don't do that, and they I mean,
Well, the Ravens had Flacco and then they drafted Lamar.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
they went right from one to the other. The Packers
fair.
are the same way. They go
All
from
I'm
one to the
saying
other.
is, you go out there and lose them games if you want to. You playing a dangerous game because you get fired, you won't get paid, and they can always get rid of you. So
Browns have been losing
it's
for
a
30
very
years.
dangerous game.
It hasn't led to much.
I'm
Or
just
you can
telling
go- or
you,
you can go-
trade requests, all that can happen.
Or
Like
you can-
this whole team could be, all the pillars could be gone.
The Browns went winless and they extended the coach. True story. They didn't win a game and they gave the coach an extension.
And then what happened?
Then they fired him.
Jimmy Haslam's a numbnut.
Like I said, it's too many variables.
I hear you. You and I.
You telling me
actually-
I'm gonna go out there? Let's go 0-17, and then you're gonna preach to me that you know what? We're building a winning culture
No.
around here.
No.
Really?
You and I actually.
Oh,
think
really?
We agree more than you think we do. I agree with everything you said. Everything you said. But I also know.
I understand what you're saying. The only way we got a chance to get out of this is getting a franchise quarterback,
Yeah.
and it's through the draft. I get all that.
Yeah.
My thing is, You could get that guy. It's not just one. It could be the sixth. It could be the fifth best guy. It could be the sixth best guy. If your coaching is worth anything and you're good at developing players, you should be able to get the best out of them. You just needed to be a first round talent. You should be able to groom that first round talent. That's just how I feel. But you know what? Coaching is different nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, we get paid enough and we just try to just live off the players. We don't really do too much to coach players up and develop people anymore. So that's another story. I'm old school.
And to your point, I won't bring up Joe Burrow. I'll bring everybody else up as an example. If you look at all the other top quarterbacks in the league, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, right? Those are 6 of the best quarterbacks in the league, correct? Mm-hmm. I don't think any of them were the first quarterback taken in their draft.
They were not. Which is why all I keep saying is the Browns will be in position.
Joe Burrow was.
He didn't mention Burrow.
I left out
you
Burrow.
left out Burrow.
Left out Burrow.
Allen, Jackson, Stroud, Mahomes.
Hurts and Daniels.
Yeah, definitely. None of them
None
were
of
the
them were
top.
the first quarterback taken in their draft. And that's 6 of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Which is why I keep saying the Browns will be in position
Probably.
to attempt
Yes.
to try once again
Yes.
to find a franchise quarterback. That's all. I'm not saying
Right.
they're going to get it right. I'm not saying they're going to get the
Certainly
number
not.
1 pick. I'm not saying they're going to get it right. I'm saying all they can do now is try and put themselves in position to solve this problem.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to do.
But in the same vein, they're trying to win. The players want to win.
Players want to win. Absolutely.
And the coaches want
Coaches
to win.
want to win.
Kevin Stefanski
He wants to win every
wants
game.
to win.
Yep.
He can't be going into it thinking
Then there's no way that
about next year.
If that's the case, there's no way Joe Flacco ain't jogging out there against Cincinnati.
no way he won't.
No way.
He has to play.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it there.
I got to see it on Tuesday. Oh, I hope he's throwing on Tuesday. Please let it line up that Joe Flacco is throwing on next Tuesday so I can see it.
And by the way, real quick before we go to the Guardians, we talked about that. Did we talk about it yesterday, the video? Or is that on our rundown? I can't remember.
We texted about it last night.
Yeah.
We'll get to it at the very end of the show today.
The video
We've got both angles of it, of the
All
guy
right.
walking off into the lake.
Browns
But
are so
before we get to
dopey.
any of that, guys, let's get to some Guardians. And have you ever checked your bank account and wondered where'd all your money go?
Yeah,
Between
every
dining
day.
out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO giving you full visibility and control over all of your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can take track of all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building your wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery, especially living on my own now. But I budget smarter and I save more using Monarch Money. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNFL for half off your first year.
All right. I don't know if this is true. I got to double check something. We may have another celebrity passing.
The third one.
Who?
Looks like Hulk Hogan died.
I'll look it up, Bull.
Hogan?
Get us into the Guardians.
Yeah. Looks
So,
like Hulk Hogan might have passed away.
TMZ.
All right. The Guardians win again yesterday. It's been a fascinating run here by the Guardians, who have now won 11 out of 13. And they are over 500 for the first time in a month. They're a
Yes.
game over. Meanwhile, the Tigers have lost 9 of their last 10. They're playing terrible baseball. They've been outscored by 40 runs in this 10-game stretch. And the Guardians are still 8 games back.
Climbing
7
back.
They're still in behind 3 teams for the final wild card spot. You see there, Seattle and Boston tied for the last 2 spots, then Texas, Tampa, and then the Guardians. I was saying this morning that I'm not buying into this stretch and the way they're playing. I think it's going to eventually go back to what they were doing.
You a
I
Debbie
think part of
Downer.
it is because I feel like the second I give myself hope that they're actually better, that's going to jinx it or something, even though I don't believe in jinxes. They're playing a lot of bad teams right now, and they've been outside of Houston, who they started this stretch against, and they've been able to take advantage of it. But it was another nice win. They're playing really good baseball right now. I mean, they didn't for most of the year, but for the last 2 weeks, they're playing really good baseball. So they're giving you some hope here, and it could lead to I don't know what. I still think they're going to get rid of the Carlos Santanas, or at least I hope so. I didn't think they were going to trade Clase or Kate Smith or Stephen Kwan. I still don't. They're not going to be buyers, even if they stay hot, which they might because they're playing Baltimore. KC actually just had a good series against the Cubs. Colorado stinks, but they actually just won a series. By the way, Colorado yesterday won their first rubber game in the series. So a rubber game is, for those who don't know, in a 3-game series, you split the first 2, and then winning the rubber game means you win that last game. They won their first rubber game of a series in about 260 days or something like that, which is insane. That's insane. But anyway, so you're playing some more bad teams here before the trade deadline next week. Jason, what do you make of what's been going on with the Guardians here?
All you can do is beat the bad teams.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of them.
And that's what they're doing. I tend to agree with you. I think they'll trade Santana. I think they should.
Absolutely.
What about Lane Thomas?
Who's going to take him?
He has no value.
Yeah.
Not
that Santana has much, but
no, I think there's a market for him. I mean, I don't think you're going to get a ton for him, but I think
get an
there's
A-ball, 40th best prospect. Fine.
But what it does is it winds up creating 2 assets out of nothing because you traded Naylor and got Ciccone, and you can argue whether or not they should have done that. Naylor's had a very good year, but then if you trade Naylor, get Ciccone, sign Santana, if you trade him and get a piece for him, you've created 2 assets that you didn't previously have, and now you've also created a spot for CJ Kafis to come up and play every day, and hopefully creates opportunities for Kyle Manzardo to play against.
Well, he should be playing every day.
I
already.
agree.
I mean, it's
I
a total joke that he's not.
I agree.
But
no, I mean, yeah, you got to be encouraged with where they're playing right now. I was with you. I didn't think they're going to trade Quan or Clase unless they were totally blown away.
Yeah.
And now there's really no reason to. I get if they don't want to go on a selling or on a buying spree and start giving guys up because you're not really sure what you've got. But, if you can create an asset for Santana, if you can get Bieber back, I said the other day, the Bieber thing, I think puts a thumb on the scale on which way you want to go with this thing and how you want to handle it because you paid him all this money and he's not going to be back until after the trade deadline.
Right.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to trade him for when he's not at full value because teams haven't seen him pitch in a major league game? They can go to his rehab outings. I think he's going to throw Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
I think he's going to throw Sunday.
Okay.
I think didn't he throw the other
Tuesday.
day?
He pitched Tuesday.
Yeah.
Even if I thought they might wait a week and pitch him again on Tuesday. But either way, it's before the deadline. So I think somebody would give you something. I think Ken Rosenthal said teams would be interested.
Oh, for sure. And Bieber?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to get full value for him.
No,
you'll
of
get
course
something.
not. But he's not going to. He's most likely not going to be here next year anyway.
So you would trade him?
Well, but no, because if you can get into the playoffs,
yeah.
If you have Bieber at the top of your rotation,
Sure.
I would rather roll the dice on that. Take the chance that you can fight your way in, and now you have Shane throwing game 1 rather than trade him now for pennies on the dollar.
That's
take
fair.
take the chance.
Yeah.
You know what?
And then if you lose him at the end of the season, you lose him. But I think you'd get a compensatory pick for him at least.
I'm going to do my best Adam the Bull impersonation. That Kansas City series is going to be the telling point of this
Think
story.
so?
I do. I think it's the most important series. Why, you ask?
Yeah.
Because right now they sit, 2.5 out from that wild card spot?
Mm-hmm.
And right now, there's some teams that's being slow off since the All-Star break and some people that's playing well. I think that Kansas City's, if they win, if they sweep it, I think they probably going to be about a half a game out.
Yeah.
If they win 2, that's going to put them about 1, maybe 1.5 out, right? And I think at that moment, because Colorado, I think they better.
Colorado's hard.
Yeah, they should sweep.
Yeah.
But if you get 2 or 3 out of that Kansas City, it's putting you right back in that window to where.
And Bobby Witt might not play. He got hurt on Tuesday, didn't play against the Cubs yesterday.
Reagan's is still out, no timetable on his return.
Yeah, and they won't have to face Lugo in the series.
But it just when you get to the trade deadline, as a player, I don't play baseball, but you make it past that trade deadline, it's like, all right, it's time. Usually it's after All-Star break, but really when that deadline hit, it's it's time to lock in. And we got a shot. If you in that window that, you right there, that makes you play way harder than if you was 5 games out or 6 games out. So I think, to me, that Kansas City series could change the whole attitude of fans and of people on this team. Although I think the team has already bought in. Obviously, they've been playing very well lately, but man, to look at that thing and say, like, we only one game out or something like that, like, it takes every game. You locked in more, just a little bit more for each game. And I think that can actually help them sneak into the playoffs. And then you get Bieber back, so now Bieber come back. Now you excited because, like, oh, we got an ace back. Like, it could
they
be.
keep winning here,
it could be.
You know, they're not going to buy in terms of, like, they're not
I ain't saying
a player.
Yeah, I ain't saying that.
I could see them picking up a reliever. Picking up another reliever.
I could see them more making a trade for a buy trade for a guy who's under contract beyond this year.
Well, that's typically what they try and pursue, usually. Not always,
Right.
but usually. I don't think they're going to give up a ton to go get somebody.
No,
But that's
unless it was a long-term addition.
Yeah, but I could see them making. I know their bullpen is strong. You can never have enough relievers, especially in today's game with the way that bullpens are
true.
used in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I could see them trying to acquire another reliever to put
Yeah,
at the
if they have
back
to
end.
give up minimum.
I don't think it's going to be Mason Miller, but
No.
I think it could get an arm that can help them down the stretch in October. I could see them doing that, and I agree with you a little bit on Kansas City. I think it's the stretch of Oakland, Baltimore, Kansas City. I'd put the three of them together that they wanted to see how they were going to play coming out of the break these last couple of weeks leading into the trade deadline, and they've handled their business against Oakland and Baltimore. And Kansas City's still lingering. They're only a game-ish behind.
They just took 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. So, that
So,
was a nice series
so
for them.
that's I'm not so much in those standings as the wild card standings. They're lingering behind Cleveland as well. So, that's an opportunity to put a little bit of distance between them and another team that's close to them. Texas is playing better. Tampa just sent their best starter down to AAA last night. I was shocked by that.
He's not been pitching well.
Didn't they
Yeah.
I think they got spanked yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah.
They lost like 11-2
Tampa's been
or
struggling.
something like that.
Texas has been playing well lately.
Yeah.
Seattle's offense is a mess.
New York
Boston's-
is a mess. The Yankees are a total mess right
Yeah.
now. It's kind of fun to watch.
I love it.
Yeah.
My bold prediction this year was they
11-9.
wouldn't make
They
the
lost
playoffs.
to the
I'd
White
love to see
Sox,
them-
11-9.
That'd be right.
They lost to Toronto again last night. I caught the
Toronto's
tail.
won like 17 of 20, something like that. They're playing great.
I caught the tail end of that game.
You think you remember you said the Yankees wouldn't make the
Yeah,
playoffs?
that was my bold prediction.
They look like
I
they've
still-
fallen off.
Yeah, I still think I think I'm going to be wrong still. I
They've
think
fallen
they'll
off.
still
I
make
think
the
they get
playoffs,
in.
Live.
I think they
But
get
I just didn't think they were that good this year, and I don't think they are.
Well, right now they don't look that good.
Nope.
their lineup is not all that imposing after
No.
you get through the first few guys.
Yeah, no, and they're the reason they struggle. They've done this a lot of years. Get off to good starts, and then they play like crap later.
Yeah.
It's because they're an old team. They rely on too many old players, which is why they have injuries, which is why they don't run the bases well. They don't do the fundamentals well. They don't play defense well. They made 4 errors in their game yesterday. They stink. But anyway, the Guardians playing great baseball right now.
What time they play
and
today?
you ride the moment. It's a 110 game. They're trying to sweep, 4-game sweep, right? Of the Orioles here. Did they win?
They
won,
yeah, they
right?
won
They
both
all
of them.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Logan Allen pitching today against
Charlie Morton. He's been better.
Yeah, I can see him getting traded.
Yeah, he will.
Well, the Orioles will trade some guys at the deadline. They'll trade Cedric Mullins. They'll trade,
O'Hearn,
yeah.
possibly.
Cedric Mullins wouldn't be a bad guy for the Guardians.
No, I'd love to see.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Luis Roberts starting to snap out of it
Yeah.
just in time.
And he's a guy that is more than 1
He'd be
year.
great. He'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see them making a move like
Not
that.
that level. Although it'd be interesting to see if he does get traded, what his value is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's going to be a guy. I think I mentioned this recently, maybe not. I remember when the Cubs traded for Nicholas Castellanos that one year when he had been lingering with the Tigers.
He
and
he's
stunk.
having a horrible year.
Right, and then he went to the Cubs, and they were in the pennant race, and he played great, and he parlayed
Yep.
that to a big contract
Yep.
with Philly.
Yep.
I could see Luis Robert the same thing. Like, the guy's
Absolutely.
super talented, and he has been better lately.
He's been infected by the virus of
Oh,
the White Sox.
God, I mean, just having to play for being on the White Sox or the Rockies. I mean, I know you're a professional and you're getting paid, but that's got to be hard. I mean, you lose, 3 out of 4 games in baseball. I mean, every time it's just terrible.
Look at
yeah.
the oh man, I forgot his name. The first baseman that was traded to Milwaukee. He's actually playing well now. Vaughn.
Yeah. Well, Milwaukee, man, Milwaukee, they're like the Guardians, but like even better in the Brewers are such a good organization, and like the Guardians, they get these pitchers like this year it's Quinn Priester.
Yeah.
They got the best record in baseball.
I mean, they trade players and they keep right on rolling.
It just doesn't matter.
They traded Hader, they traded Burns, and they just keep right on
They
rolling.
lost Willie Adames.
Yep.
He had a great year. It doesn't matter. They just and they got their pitching staff right now with Mizorowski, who's fantastic. Freddie Garcia is great. They just got Woodruff off the IL. He's been really good, and Quinn Priester is good.
They lost their manager. Keep right on rolling. They lose their
Exactly.
but they're another team that invests heavily. They have very, very smart people in the analytics.
Yeah,
they invest heavily in analytics.
Such a smart organization. You know, they do the little things well. They're like the anti-Yankees. They don't hit for power, but they run. They're the best, one of the best base running teams, one of the best defensive teams, and they just find all these guys to pitch. And you're like, why are they so good? Because the average fan doesn't know a lot of their players.
Yep.
And they get every year they find at least one starting pitcher who did nothing for nobody else.
Yeah.
He's a journeyman, and they turn him into a legitimate player.
Yep.
It's amazing. All right, we've confirmed that Hulk Hogan passed away.
Yeah, TMZ reported it, and it looks like everybody is confirming the report.
Yeah, it's
He'd
weird.
been sick. He'd been sick, I guess, for a couple weeks.
Hulk Hogan is such a weird legacy because obviously, if you're a wrestling fan in like the 80s and 90s, he was like the biggest wrestling celebrity of all time.
They're
Yeah.
more of a Randy Savage.
I was with you. I was a Macho Man guy.
Yeah.
but I loved
But
wrestling
everybody,
in the 80s.
yeah, in those days I loved wrestling too. Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan was the biggest superstar, but he loved him, and
He put wrestling on the map.
right. And then in his last 10 years,
He
like
been off the
he
hook.
just, he said racist things. He got in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
He's a lot of what he did was ugly.
Yeah, but his legacy will still be putting
Yeah.
wrestling on the map and
Right.
being the
I mean,
first
he was
true
such a
worldwide.
huge
He was a worldwide
star.
superstar. I guess maybe
Yeah.
Andre the Giant was the first worldwide superstar before him.
But he took it to another level.
Yeah, he
I'll
did.
never forget when he body slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania.
3.
That was like the most iconic moment in wrestling, I think.
Y'all are old.
We're all.
Did you guys watch the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix? that
Yes.
came out?
Yes.
And I'm kind of sad that that's the last thing Hogan will be like talked about in recently because it didn't make him look great. But this is still a sad.
Yeah, I mean Hogan's. It's a mixed bag there. He's done some really crappy stuff. And
A lot of the wrestlers did not like him.
Yeah.
Did not like working with him. He wouldn't job to anyone. He wouldn't put anyone over.
yeah.
But I the day after the Mega Powers exploded on that Saturday night main event when Macho Man hit Hogan in the dressing room and Elizabeth was knocked out and all that.
Yeah.
They were in Cleveland the very next night.
Oh, really?
Macho Man was and we had ringside seats. My mom hooked me up like we were next to the bell, like front row.
Oh, wow.
It was
Must be
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law at the time was a phenomenal artist, and she drew this picture of Macho Man. It was incredible. And he was like staring at the poster all night because he was a bad guy at that because he just turned literally the night before. So he couldn't really like come over or like be nice.
Yeah.
But he was amazed. This drawing, I think I still have it. It was incredible, and he just kept
really?
staring at that poster the whole night of how
That's
cool it looked. Yeah.
Wow.
Bad News Brown. It was Macho Man against Bad News Brown.
I don't remember Bad News Brown.
Oh yeah, the dude from Harlem.
I don't remember.
His finishing move was the Ghetto Blaster. It was like a cartwheel kick to the back of the head.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't remember him.
Bad News Brown.
Yeah. All right, Anthony, go
Well,
ahead.
do you want to tell us about Menu RX before we get into our next topic?
Sure. Menu RX, Dr. Jake May and his team, they work with people to help you with nutrition. They do metabolic testing to find out what foods work best for your body, whether it's weight loss, just wanting to eat right for your body. Not everybody's body is the same. If you go to some big box weight loss situation or you talk to a nutritionist that doesn't have the information that personally about you, they're going to give you advice that works generally, but it may not work specifically for you. With the team at Menu RX, they will work to get you in optimal shape, whether, again, it's working out better, eating better, just trying to lose weight, or be more cut, whatever it is. Go to menu-rx.com today and find out for yourself. You can use your HSA or FSA spending account. Many health insurance companies here in Ohio will cover any of their programs. So sign up today at menu-rx.com. That's menu-rx.com. All right. Coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to talk with Chris. Is it Titone?
Titone, I believe,
Titone.
is how it's pronounced. Yes.
His pronouncer says pronounced like THAI tone. But then I was like, that's like
Yeah, Titone.
Titone, right? But why wouldn't you put TIE instead of THAI?
I don't know what you pronounce THAI tie. So it's
You
the same
do,
thing.
but if you're doing phonetic spelling, you wouldn't put THAI. But anyway, Chris Titone, he's Adam Sandler's brother-in-law. He's been in a lot of films, including a lot of Adam Sandler films. Happy Gilmore 2 releases tomorrow on Netflix.
You excited?
I'm excited about it. You? No?
I'm
love the
hearing
first
really
one.
good things about
I mean,
it.
it was a great first one.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if he can follow it. I've never really been big on twos, like the second ones, because
It's hard with comedies. It's very rare that the second one's good, but it looks good. I don't know. I'm trying not to watch too much of it because I don't want anything spoiled.
I don't like when they do the sequels as a money grab back to back.
Right.
Because then it always sucks.
Yeah, this is years
But
later.
there's so much time in between. Like,
Yeah.
I think this has the potential to be really good.
I hope it's funny. I really do. Can't wait for that. So that's coming up next. All right, or that's coming up at 12:30. But now it's conspiracy theory time. Do we have this clip to play?
I do have the clip. You guys want to play it, and then we'll just react to it after?
Yeah. So let me just set it up. Colin Cowherd on his show. Here's his conspiracy theory about the Browns' long-term plan at quarterback and head coach. Here we go.
It is not. In fact, this is the worst kept secret in the South. Haslam, Jimmy, owner of the Browns, huge SEC Tennessee booster, leans heavily on the Manning family. Very close to the Manning family. Yes, that's not make-believe. Arch Manning is part of the Manning family, and this is where Nick Saban comes in. Saban is incredibly close to not only Jimmy Haslam, but Saban's close to the Manning family as well. And so Saban, if he could land, I'm told, a top quarterback like Harbaugh going to the Chargers for Herbert, he would take a phone call for the NFL. And there are two teams guaranteed to be awful this year in the NFL. Cleveland and the Saints. Nick Saban has coached in Cleveland with the Browns under the Belichick staff, and he coached at LSU. This is not a conspiracy theory. Haslam's circle of trust, according to an article in The Athletic last year, is the Manning family and Jimmy Sexton and Bill Parcells. Sexton is Nick Saban's agent. So the Mannings are royalty in New Orleans. The Children's Hospital in New Orleans is called the Mannings Children's Hospital. And the Mannings are royalty to Jimmy Haslam. Jimmy Haslam also loves headlines. It's why he pushed to draft Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield. They were the most talked about quarterbacks. It's why he signed a ridiculous guaranteed contract for Deshaun Watson. It would get discussed. So this is not a conspiracy theory, okay? The circle of trust for Jimmy Haslam is the Manning family and Jimmy Sexton. Saban's, Manning, Haslam, South. That's why I've said. And there's two teams in this league that are going to be bad. The Saints are going to be bad, and the Browns are going to be bad. Now, that doesn't mean Saban, if he doesn't take the job, it's all lost for Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski, Andrew Berry, the GM, more than capable. But this story is a poorly kept secret. The Mannings, Haslam, Jimmy Sexton, Nick Saban. That's why I ran with that thing last week. Lane Kiffin talked about it. Greg McElroy. Saban's not going to college. He would take a call in the end.
All right, you guys heard Colin's. He says it's not a conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it. His thoughts. What do you got there, Tyvis? You look miserable.
Because first of all, when he says it, like it's not true. That's the first thing. He be wrong a lot. I just, first of all, we went down this road. I am not that high on Arch Manning yet because I haven't seen it. I do get the fact that he's a Manning, get the fact that he's gifted, I get the fact he looks good against these teams, but let me see a full year first. Then I can go out and say, you know what, this guy could be the number one pick in the draft. So pump the brakes there. Secondly, my thing is this. This is the part that gets me. Let's say that the Browns and the Saints is bad.
Yeah.
What's stopping Arch? His uncle is Eli. What's stopping Arch from saying, I don't want to go to the Browns, I want to go to the Saints?
Nothing.
So then what was the point of the Browns losing?
Well, I mean, this has nothing to do with the Browns losing.
Not at all, but I'm just saying. as far as Arch Manning,
That could happen.
He could have that moment.
Colin Cowherd saying, and he is right, that Jimmy Haslam has a relationship with the Manning
fine.
family, so maybe he wouldn't do
That's
that.
fine.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it's
To me, by
these
the way-
kids today,
Yeah.
these kids feel entitled. They
Yeah.
dictate where they go.
Let me ask you both this: do you even want Nick Saban to be the head coach of the Browns? Because I
No,
He's 73 years old.
That's
He's going
the
to be
part-
74
yeah.
in October.
yeah. Why the hell would we?
I
If you're
don't-
going to do that, then just go hire Bill Belichick.
I
Like,
agree.
fire Kevin and hire Bill Belichick.
And
when
by
he's
the way,
available.
like Nick Saban was in the NFL once, and it was a disaster.
he had full control. He's going to want full control wherever
yeah.
he goes.
he didn't get the quarterback he wanted or something like
Yeah.
that. They ended up giving him Dante Culpepper. And
Yeah.
he wanted
Yeah, there
Drew
was-
Brees.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, not the. I hadn't heard the Saban part before. Like
Yeah.
that was news. The funny thing about that whole thing that he went on with Jimmy Sexton.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy Sexton's also Kevin's agent. So,
Right.
like, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah.
But if you're going to fire Kevin and hire Nick Saban at 74 because he turned 74 in October,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you have just fired Kevin after last
Yeah,
year
it
and
doesn't
hired,
make sense.
and hired Bill
Yeah.
Belichick? If that's the route you're
Right,
trying to
right,
go. The Arch thing, I think he's dead on. I wrote that in December.
Yeah, sure.
I wrote in December that
That's no brilliant observation by him.
no, that Jimmy loves the Manning family. He would move
Yeah.
heaven and earth to bring Arch to Cleveland. You're right. Maybe they say under no circumstance would we ever go to Cleveland, in which case he would just go back to college for another year and start for another year. But if you're Jimmy, you got to take the chance. Like this is how he operates. So you're going to put yourself in position and roll the dice and try and take the
Yeah.
chance to get him. And he swings big.
So
you
that
could
means
say
start Kenny Pickett.
Yep. No. You could say a lot of things about Jimmy. The dude will take chances. He will
Sure.
swing big and roll the dice and try and
And it
take a
usually
chance.
goes craps, but
He just paid $100 million for Dame Lillard to walk away.
Yeah.
Like, he takes huge risks.
I mean, Tyvis is right. We don't know if Arch Manning is any good. Just because his last name is Manning doesn't mean he's good.
Of course,
And,
yes.
But to be fair, of all the names that have been mentioned, he's played the least. So there's the most upside, I would say, of all these other names.
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking
A
about.
lot of
You know?
people believe, whether it's based on name or what, people
Yeah.
who evaluate, people who do this for a living, believe he will be very, very, very good. Now, again, they are looking for things that my untrained eyes don't see. I'm just telling you what the feeling is out there. Not that I agree with it, disagree with it, whatever.
Well,
But
Texas is supposed to be.
national championship.
Well, we're going to see him week
It's
one,
both-
aren't we, against Ohio State?
Yeah.
You'll get a good look at him right
Yeah.
away.
Well,
But regardless,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, part of that I think he's dead on, and part of that I think is kind of silly.
the Nick Saban thing ain't happening. I just don't.
I mean, he does these things, and whatever. Listen,
I mean, we're sitting here
Colin's very
talking about it.
popular,
We're
and he
sitting here
gets to talk
talking about it, so it worked.
The whole Arch Manning thing was a nothing burger. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
You already knew. You talked about. You wrote it. Like everybody knows about the connection between Jimmy Haslam and the Mannings. It's been talked about for years. He's from Tennessee. We get it. That's not new news. The Saban thing was new, but nobody believes it. He made it seem like that would be a great pull for the Browns to get Nick Saban. I want nothing to do with Nick Saban. I don't want a 75-year-old coach.
Wasn't he
period.
an assistant here?
Yes.
I mean, I know
Under
he.
Bill?
Yeah. He had a little bit of a stint with the Dolphins. I get it.
Right.
Kind of feels like John Beeline to me when the Cavs hired John
Right.
Beeline and he went running out the door at the All-Star
He
break.
said y'all
saying,
playing like some thugs. He meant slugs.
slugs. Yeah,
That didn't go well.
that was
not great.
That was the funniest thing I ever heard in my life. He said he called those some thugs.
You're taking me back to a dark place. Some of that stuff.
Oh
bad
man,
days.
I wish I could have been on the beat that day.
I got a call 2 weeks into training camp. John's miserable. He wants to quit.
So that was his way out.
Well, I mean,
Is he st-
2 weeks into his first, and I'm like, I can't write that.
Did he
Like,
get
I can't write
paid
that.
to leave?
He gave the money back. He gave it back.
That's how much he wanted to be.
Where
gone.
is he at now?
Home golfing.
Yeah,
I
he was
don't know.
He
I think
gave
he's
the-
back at Michigan. Actually,
He gave
I think
the
he's in some
money back. Oh, that we
I
can't.
wonder why he
do
took the
that.
job in the first place.
because he wanted to scratch the itch of the NBA.
Mm.
He scratched it all right.
God.
Scratch that scab right off and bled
Play
out.
like
He
some
bled out.
thugs.
Oh man.
But I mean,
Yeah.
Saban, he's been in the NFL.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's
yeah.
not fair to compare Nick Saban to John Beeline. Nick Saban's probably the greatest college coach, greatest 2 or 3 college coaches
Yeah,
ever
sure.
in the history of the game. John Beeline's not on that level.
Yeah.
But just a career college guy
Yeah.
who has that itch of trying to do something he hasn't had success at before, has never tried before. I'm sure Saban would like a do-over with the NFL. I'm sure that's the one thing on his legacy where he feels like
Urban Meyer.
I know I could do it.
Yeah.
But if I'm the Browns, I don't. That doesn't make any sense.
He's
I have
too old
no
for that. He
interest.
needs to stay on game day. Layden got rid of Lee Corso.
Do his Aflac
Let him
commercials
do
and shut
his
the hell
thing
up.
there. Yeah.
And complain about college football. And because God forbid anybody but Saban should make money. It's
I'm sure he's making a ton of money too. Like I don't know.
Oh,
why
he ain't
would-
hurting.
I don't know why he even want to go back into that field.
He don't have to clip coupons.
Yeah, so. All right, well, good for Colin Cowherd. He got us talking about him. That was his goal.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
we have 10 minutes for our guests. So do you guys want to talk about this ridiculous video now, or do you still want to save it for the end of the show?
Now let's talk about it now.
Okay.
You got a read to do first?
Yeah, I can do some FanDuel before we get
Yeah.
to this helmet stuff. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little bit more thrilling? FanDuel can get you in on the game while your friends are out getting sunburned at the beach. And I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups. The app keeps it super fresh with new daily promotions and fun ways to bet. Are you new to FanDuel? New customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. So we all saw the video, right? From multiple angles.
Yeah, you want to show it for those who may not have seen it. So the Browns obviously did I guess not obviously. The Browns decided to do an unveiling of their new helmet. They put a giant blow-up helmet on a small barge, I guess, out in the lake, and they had some people out there, and it was, and they pulled off a blanket, or not blanket, what would you call that?
Covering a dude wipes covering.
Dude wipes
tarp,
cover, and that was the unveiling. And then some guy who somebody told me is a social media influencer, I don't know, some dope
TikToker
was taking pictures, and he falls in the water, and we make fun of the Browns for the guy falling in the water. Now everybody's saying he purposely fell in the water. Either way, listen, is this really a big deal? Does it really matter? Does it affect the Browns playing football? No. But it's just another Mickey Mouse thing that they do. I think it's embarrassing. I think it's actually worse if they did it on purpose. Because why would you do that? Why would you purposely do something that makes you everybody make fun of you? I don't understand.
What was worse, this or the Pat McAfee?
The Pat McAfee was accidental. This was an.
What was the Pat McAfee? I
I
forgot.
actually didn't see what happened.
The Pat McAfee, they had the box with the timer on it.
And the timer wouldn't
The
go.
timer-
The box wouldn't open.
It
It was
was-
supposed to.
Oh, I don't even remember
The
that.
mascot had to come out and open it, and then it wouldn't stop beeping while they were talking.
God.
And
This is
Why would they-
This is as bad as remember the.
Here's the other angle. Do you guys think this was is this guy? I mean, is this done on purpose?
Yep.
so it's my understanding.
Yeah.
It was a stunt, but the Browns were not aware that it was going to happen. This was a stunt by Dude Wipes. Like, the Browns didn't know this was going to go down this way. This Dude Wipes did this on its own, which is what you get for partnering with an ass wiping company. I mean,
There's so many things I could say off of that, but I should probably just let it go.
but I never try to take cheap shots. Like, I really don't. So, and I'm not going to here.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. That's exactly what they say
ahead.
before they.
No, I'm not. But like they just make it. They just make
make
it
it
so
so
easy.
easy to
They
make
make
fun
it
of them.
so easy. Like, why do you have to? Why are you putting a helmet in the middle of the lake? And also, the bigger thing, I guess, for me is this is what losing franchises do.
That's right.
To take the focus off the product on the field. No
Right.
other team is taking their helmet to Pat McAfee or putting their helmet in the middle of the water.
Right.
I've never been a big uniform guy. Just win. I don't care what you're wearing. Just win. Anybody care what uniform the Chiefs are wearing or what helmet the Bills are wearing?
no.
I do.
No.
Do the Chiefs and Bills take their new helmet to McAfee to unveil or do this?
no.
This is what you do to take the focus off the product on the field when
Yeah.
the Deshaun Watson contract's
Yeah,
a disaster.
distraction.
When you're not going to be very good. This is the look at. Don't look at this. Look at the shiny object over here. And so, in this instance, I actually feel a little bad for the Browns that they kind of got burned by a partner that they didn't know that this stunt had been planned and they were going to do. But again,
again, it doesn't
You
really
partner
matter.
with an ass wipe company. What do you expect?
It doesn't really matter, but you know if they're like 0-8, I'm going to go on some rant and I'm going to bring this up.
I mean, the stupid
It started with the schedule release.
Yeah.
But we all was sitting here like, what is?
when they brought the banners.
Oh, that schedule release was the worst. Remember that?
We didn't know
the
what
magic thing or whatever.
Yeah,
That was so.
Yeah.
They have. I'm going to blame J.W. Johnson because I know he's involved with this type of whether it's him, I don't know who it is in their organization. They think they're like funny. They think they're smarter than everybody else. They're not funny. They're not smarter than anybody. They are the most. They continue to do little embarrassing things that are, again, no big deal, but they just make it so easy to get themselves made fun of.
I'm done. I don't want to take cheap shots at them. I guess I just did by saying that's what you get with partnering with an ass wipe company.
You did take a cheap shot.
But I apologize.
We love
for
your
that.
Browns.
I apologize for that. But it's just frustrating because it's unnecessary. it's like Zach says all the time. It's majoring in the minor, and that's what they're good at.
That's what
majoring in the minor.
Bad failures and bad. They want distractions. That's the second time this week we've seen it. Jason's favorite topic when they should name the team the Indians again. Distraction from real problems. That's what it is. That's what you're looking for, a distraction, and that's why everybody's talking about how bad we suck. Let's unveil on a barge our new helmet. By the way, does anybody like the new helmet? I actually like it.
I do too.
Yeah, I actually think it's pretty cool.
It's all right. No.
You don't like it?
There's only so much you can do with brown and orange.
Yeah.
I
like that it's matte, right?
Yeah.
I like the matte material.
I saw it and I was like, yay.
I think it's pretty cool looking.
It's a hideous color
Oh, God,
combination.
this
only
was
so much you
the
can do.
schedule release, right?
I was about to say.
No, this is the release video. For
I
the
thought
uniform.
that's what it was.
This is the schedule
I was
release.
going to say, you going to make us relive this?
No, I wouldn't do that to you guys.
Yeah.
This was the unveil of the helmet.
Okay.
Yes, this
I
was
think
the full
calling it
uniform.
the Alpha Dog helmet is really stupid.
You saying the Chiefs don't do this?
So this is going with their color rush uniforms.
I
right?
mean, everybody has different uniforms and everybody unveils them. But when you're a winning team, do you really pay attention to it? Or do you care more about the product on the field?
I don't give a rat's
We've
ass.
been talking about this stupid helmet. People have been talking about this for over a week.
I know.
It's a freaking helmet.
Alpha Dog. What's that even mean?
I don't know. But this is when you're a bad team.
Yeah.
This is what you have to focus on. This is what you celebrate: is the stupid uniforms. Because you can't celebrate the product on the field.
That's true.
Travis Hunter's going to be good, isn't he?
Oh, God, yeah.
I still think it was a good trade.
with Trevor
It was a good
Lawrence,
trade.
I don't know.
You
but-
think he going to have a good season, ain't he?
I think he's going to be a great player. I still would have made the trade. I think it was a great trade.
Well, we'll see what it turns
Well, I'll tell you what.
We'll see what it turns
I
into.
tell you, what if they finish? What if they go to the playoffs? Like,
What'd you say, Anthony?
Hey,
You said
great.
something.
And
I
they
didn't
still
hear
got two first-round picks.
This
Oh,
is-
wait. You mean the Jags?
Yeah.
If the Jags go to the playoffs?
it's only a great trade if the Jags have a terrible season.
But you don't know how it's going to turn out. You can only go off the information you have at the time.
No, you've
and
got
information in the moment.
Does Mason Graham and whoever they get with that draft pick worth more than Travis Hunter? We don't know that.
I mean, I'm not going to kill him for Quinshawn because they had no way of knowing that was going to happen.
No,
They
I'm
went
not
off.
gonna- yeah,
they
I'm not
went
gonna-
based off the information that they had, and they made a pick that I really liked at the time. I'm not going
and
to
he
kill
may
him
still
now.
end up being a good player, and maybe this is the one time he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is, and he's probably going to be suspended. But
Quinshawn?
yeah, I mean, I don't see unless they find out this is a total hoax, which seems unlikely.
I'm surprised you ain't following that more. The last time I see him, he was on Twitter in the courtroom in handcuffs.
Quinshawn? Mm-hmm. Well, the Mike Hall thing was literally down the street from my house.
Oh, okay.
So I went because it was a half mile from where I live. I'm not going to Florida or wherever Quinshawn is for that.
Is he still like being held, or is he out on bail?
Nah, he's not. I don't even think he was ever being held, was
No, I don't think he's. I
Well,
think
why was he in the courtroom with handcuffs?
he? I don't know.
I think he's out. I honestly I don't know, but I think he's out.
Okay. All right, we got our next guest coming up. Very excited about this. Let's go.
Yeah, guys, before we bring him in, have you ever checked your bank account and wondered where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. And that's where Monarch Money comes in. It's your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on food delivery, and now I budget smarter and I save more. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNFL for half off your first year.
We mentioned our next guest, Chris Titone, is with us, and he is Adam Sandler's brother-in-law. He's an actor. He's in Happy Gilmore 2. He's been in a lot of different movies, and he's with us today to promote the release of Happy Gilmore 2, which is coming your way tomorrow on Netflix. We were talking about it before. We're all excited about it. Chris, thank you for joining us. How are you today?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're really excited about the movie. It's a funny thing, though. The previews have been all over the place, but I don't like watching previews because I don't want any of the jokes spoiled. So I've been trying, I don't know about you guys, a lot of people like to watch previews. I've been trying to avoid them. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'm a writer, so if I see a trailer to a movie, I know the ending immediately. This one's different. Trust me, you gotta watch it. It's way different. There's so many secrets, man.
So
really?
So how did you get, did you go to him and ask for a role, or did he just say, you know what, I want to put you in this movie? How did that work out?
You know what? He's very nice. He's a good brother-in-law to have, and he always texts me and says, "Hey, I got you something. I'm writing it." And me and Hurley, the guy he writes with, this is good for you, man.
Who from the original cast is back for this?
Oh my God, everyone! Shooter McGavin, which is Christopher McDonald.
Yep.
Julie Bowen, like the girl in the movie, she's back. She's been killing it on that other show. And a lot of people from the first movie, Mr. Lady and Jackass, those guys.
Yeah.
It's been 30 years, so they've all passed away. But, oh my God, there's a commercial right now for Happy Gilmore 2. Funny.
Yeah.
That's great. But all their kids come back, and they have, 3 or 4 lines, and all celebrities want it. So there's so many cameos in the movie. It's really cool.
Why is now the right time, and why did it take so long?
You know what? That's a question for Adam. I could guess. I could say, after 30 years, they finally came to him with a good idea, and him and Tim Hurley finally came up with a good idea. I think you got to be careful, man. Happy Gilmore 1 is a perfect movie, so you got to be careful.
Is it true that he wanted to do this before Chubbs died? And
Carl
Weathers died, and he had to rewrite it because he passed away.
Yeah, of course. Carl Weathers. What a great guy. It's crazy for an actor to be known for one character. He's known for 2. He's Chubbs and he's Apollo. That's wild, man. He was known for 2 huge characters.
Chris, tell us about, what's it like being an actor, auditioning for jobs, the whole process. We just, we see the big celebrities and we see them, on the red carpet, but most actors are out there, auditioning, fighting for jobs, grinding along. What's that like? What is that like?
What's the grind?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, yesterday I had a 9:30 interview with another amazing news station. Then I had a 10:30 a.m. audition for Southwest Air, so I had to get my ass on the road. Then I came back for another 12 o'clock interview for this, and then I had a meeting with Netflix about the script I just wrote. It's a hustle, man. It's just like you guys. It's just, it's the same thing, except I wear a lot of makeup.
Yeah, they tried to make us wear makeup when we first started the show. Because, I was on radio for 20-something years. I got a face for radio. And then they put us on TV, and they're like, you got to wear makeup. And we did it for a couple of weeks, and then I was like, listen, I'm not going to wear makeup. No, nobody needs to see me in makeup. Nobody's watching me to see my appearance. They just want to hear us talk sports.
I'm watching. I appreciate the rouge.
What was your favorite? What's your favorite movie that you've been in? In terms of the experience of being on that movie and being with the guys and the women on it.
Easy answer. It's a movie called The Wrong Missy, and it's a David Spade movie.
I remember that
It's David Spade. Lauren Lapkus plays Missy. He essentially texts a girl saying, hey, come to the airport. We're going to Hawaii. But he texts the wrong Missy, so this crazy girl shows up.
Yeah.
That movie we shot in Hawaii.
Nice.
Nice.
I was there for 2 months at the Four Seasons, everything paid for. That was a good movie.
Wait, was it the Four Seasons in Maui or the Big Island?
In Oahu.
Because I stayed at the Four Seasons in Maui, and that hotel was amazing. Hawaii.
I mean, Four Seasons are great everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah,
Big time money.
They asked me, they're like, hey, do you want, a room at a regular hotel and a trailer so you have somewhere to go in between takes, or just a room with the Four Seasons? And I took option 2, baby.
That was a good call.
You're a smart man. So how hard is it like being an actor? Like, what do you think is the biggest challenge of being an actor?
Man, the biggest challenge is separating myself from everyone who wears the cowboy hat. I think everyone thinks of acting as like, it's an easy job and there's lights and cameras, so I'm an actor too. Man, it's so hard. It's a hustle. You guys know.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The movie being on, I mean, it's such a different world now, right? Like, with the movies coming straight to streaming. And I think some people are weird about that, but I think for fans, it's, we like just having the convenience of being able to watch the movie. And if I got to go to the bathroom, I could pause and take a piss and go back out there and watch the rest of the movie.
I get a UTI like that. No, I mean, what's the line from Moneyball? Adapt or die.
Right.
And that's what we're doing. It's no longer theaters. Theaters are gone. It went from TV, and now it's the phone. And I'm following, man. You gotta do it.
So, without giving away the plot or without giving away too much of this movie, take us to what's the setting of this? Is this real time? 30 years later, life 30
real time.
years later?
30 years later. Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore too, man. He starts out rich because he's a famous golfer, and I'm the one who makes him poor. Essentially, he goes outside to his Ferrari, and I'm stealing it. You find out that I'm not stealing it. I'm actually the repo man, but he beats me up really bad. And that's how I get all his money.
Is this as good? Is
That's
this as
messed up.
I know, right?
was this his revenge for Bob Barker kicking his ass in the first one?
Probably, man. Oh, Bob, man. It would have been so cool to have a scene with Bob, R.I.P.
Oh, man, that would have been.
That's messed up, man. He put you in the role where he get to beat you up.
Yeah.
Dude, he's beating me up the whole day. Literally from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. He's just kicking my butt.
That's funny.
I can't wait to watch it now.
It's the best. My sister's right there just watching.
Yeah, that is funny. A lot of this was filmed at a golf club in New Jersey. Is that correct? Because our producer said.
Well, most of it was filmed in Orange, New Jersey. Shout out to Orange.
That's right, in northern New Jersey.
Yeah,
you know where that is?
I've been there. Yeah.
All right. Did you get to eat some good pizza while you were there?
There you go.
Here he goes with the pizza.
Here it goes.
Yeah, we were. I stayed in Hoboken. You know Hoboken?
Oh yeah,
Of course. Yeah.
And then that's like 20 minutes from the city. So every night it was like a race. Like, do we have time? Should we go get pasta?
That's good living right there. Good,
Look,
good
you miss it.
I don't miss living in New York, no, but I do miss the pizza.
Yeah.
You just said you found good pizza.
I did find a great pizzeria here, but anyway. All right, so there are a lot of interesting cameos, right, from people who were not in the first movie. Is that correct?
It's crazy. Everyone is gone from the first Happy Gilmore. The jackass guy and the Mr. lady. So Adam wrote all these roles of like their son or their daughter showing up. Okay. And all those little roles, celebrities wanted. Dude, we got Eminem in the movie. Bad Bunny's in the movie. Travis Kelce's in the movie. Scotty Scheffler's in the movie. I was in New York at the premiere Monday night. Yeah. And Scotty Scheff showed up, and he brought the trophy, dude.
Oh, that's awesome. How long did it take to shoot this, working around everybody's schedules like that?
I think it took 3 or 4 months. That's wild for a comedy. Comedy usually takes like 6 weeks, but it's Happy Gilmore too, man.
Yeah. Is Shaq in this movie?
No, I didn't see Shaq in it. By the way, that's not because no one wrote him a role. I bet he said no because he's busy. Adam and Shaq are besties.
I know. Why can't I can't think. What was the basketball movie? Hustle?
Yeah, Hustle.
Yeah.
Which was a great movie. Were you in that one? I can't remember.
I'm not in Hustle.
Okay. That was a great movie. He is apparently an obsessed basketball player, right? He walks around in like cut-off sweatshirts and T-shirts all the time, right? Playing hoops.
Yeah, he plays an hour a day at pickup. He's really good, man.
Is
really
he like
good.
legitimately good?
Dude, if you do anything for an hour a day for 20 years, you're going to get good at it.
Yeah.
We need to have him versus McNuggets.
He doesn't know who McNuggets is.
I'm telling you, people think he's an actor and a comedian, so let's play real quick. He's phenomenal. He's too good. It's not fun playing with him.
Does he just roll up on pickup games?
Rolls up on pickup games. If you look in his trunk, it's all basketballs. He'll walk up with a ball and be like, "What's up?"
Wow. That's funny.
That's actually kind of funny.
That is funny. Imagine if you're just at the park and Adam Sandler just pulled up.
He jumping the line. He definitely got next.
That was a great movie, Hustle. I love that movie.
And he's good. I'm telling you, he's surprisly good. Everyone's afraid to foul him, and you get past that. You know how like once a year you see him with a black eye?
Yeah.
That's why.
That was the one guy not afraid to foul him. Well, in the Longest Yard remake that he was in, he got the crap kicked out of him in jail. Anthony, you got a question for Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just curious, what's the process of working with Adam like? He's been doing this for so long. Like, what's the prep? Do you just walk up onto set and you're good to go? You get beat up? Or what's that like?
For me or for him?
For the whole set, for the whole cast and crew. Like, is he the easiest guy in Hollywood to work with?
Dude, yeah, he's been doing this for like 30 years, so it's all the same people. We all know each other. What's up, Steve? Hey, Karen. You know, when we get back on set, it's so cool. We check up on each other's kids and how you doing, where do you live now. It's a very family event, to be honest. It feels camera and lightsy, but it's very like, we're getting chicken later. Do you want to go?
I got to tell you, honestly, I think I've seen all of Adam Sandler's movies. I'm 49. The 90s were my wheelhouse. From Billy Madison, like all those. The movie of his that I love the most is actually Click.
I love that one.
Were you?
I'm in Click.
Are you? Which it was so long ago. I don't remember. Which role were you?
I had two lines. They both got cut in the very beginning when he said Bed Bath & Beyond. He walked in and I'm like shopping in Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you surprised at what a dramatic actor he could be in that? Like his range, everybody knows him as like the slapstick comedy. I thought he was phenomenal, and like in
Spanglish, he was good.
Turns out he's good, right?
Yeah,
the Jewel movie,
Turns
he was
out he's
good.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with being used to being on set for so many years and being okay seeing the red light. You guys know how it is. The red light changes everything, and he's so comfortable being on set. And now he's this phenomenal dramatic actor. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, will we see a Billy Madison sequel or a Big Daddy sequel or any is he considering any of the others?
I don't know. I would love to. I always say to him, I want to see his Zohan sequel because he would have to get an 8-pack again.
That's true. That movie's under the radar a little bit, I feel like, of his movies. Waterboy. I mean, you could have a Waterboy too.
I'd love to see a Waterboy.
That would be awesome.
I need Little Nicky.
Waterboy.
I love it. Look, rest in peace to
Stop
Ozzy.
it.
Rest in peace to Ozzy.
Yeah, Little Nicky. Yeah, there's some good ones there, but
Little Nicky would be good too.
Yeah. All right.
Ozzy plays the devil in that, right? Or God or something.
The Devil's Son.
That's right.
He's
The devil was. What's his name?
Yeah.
From Pulp Fiction, the Fixer guy. Oh my God, he's a big actor. I can't think of
Wolf?
his name.
The Wolf?
Yeah, no. It wasn't the
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah, didn't Harvey Keitel play the devil?
him?
Man, I think so. I don't know. It was so long ago. I've done.
I don't know.
I could have sworn it was Harvey Keitel. Look it up, Anthony. I think.
It's all right. So what's Ozzy in it then?
Ozzy was the one.
Ozzy was himself.
Ozzy was himself. He threw the ball. His mother gave him the globe. He took the globe and shattered it.
Yeah.
And he grabbed the bat, bit the bat's head off, and spit it in the flash.
Yeah,
that was Ozzy did that.
There you go. Well, he did do a sequel to Grown Ups, obviously, with Grown Ups too. When those guys are all together, are they like? Is there just hijinks off camera too?
Dude, they're like best friends. So here's how they set up Grown Ups: is 4 trailers, okay, 4 big trailers. In the middle is like a patio setup with like chairs and a table and all that, and they're all out there hanging out, making fun of each other. It's really good. I was in the sequel. I'm in Grown Ups 2.
Right. Those are both really funny movies.
Yeah.
And it's hard to have a funny sequel. Like most comedy sequels are disappointments, in my opinion. But Grown Ups.
That's why.
What was that?
That's why it's so hard because it's people like me and you and us and. You know, we're waiting for it to fail. We're looking for it to fail because the first one was so good.
Yeah,
so it's hard, man. It's always.
I mean, this was, and I think it comes at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning? Is that it?
I don't know. You know better.
Yeah, I think usually their stuff comes out at 3 a.m. So I'm watching it tomorrow. I got, have your kids seen the first one?
We are just starting down the Adam Sandler trail of movies. I showed AJ Billy Madison the other night, but we have not seen Happy Gilmore yet. It's the original. I haven't showed it to him yet.
How old's your kid?
15. He just turned 15.
Dude, 15. I wrote a movie called Home Team. You know Kevin James? He's
yeah.
From King of Queens. I wrote his last movie. Your kid's going to love that movie.
All right. Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It's called Home Team.
All right.
You haven't seen Home Team?
No, I don't think so.
I saw it. That you wrote that. Great job out of you. That was a funny movie. Very funny movie. Everybody check it out. And you wrote another. You just got another deal with Netflix for a new movie you're writing, correct?
Yeah. I just signed a deal for a movie called 80K to Blow. It's in Miami, and it's kind of 4 guys with money for a weekend.
Do you have the actors in your mind for the roles yet, or no?
Yeah, I mean, man, Shane Gillis hasn't done a big movie yet. It would be really nice to get him.
That's true.
I love Shane Gillis. I think he's hysterical.
Oh,
you know who else
hilarious?
You know who else hasn't done a big movie yet? Who's big now is Nate Bargatze. Although I think he's got one coming out, doesn't he?
Nate Bargatze.
I don't know. I want Shane.
Yeah.
Do you know who Hannibal Buress is? I want Hannibal.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
And I think maybe Zac Efron. I don't know. Or maybe, oh man, who's that kid from SNL? Chris Redd. Do you know who Chris Redd is?
I don't know. I probably know him by face. I don't know him by name.
Dude.
Yeah.
He's in that movie Popstar, the Andy Samberg movie, and he plays the bad guy. He plays Hungry the Hunger or something.
Yeah.
He's so funny. So anyway, that's the dream cast we'll see.
Well, congratulations on getting that picked up by Netflix.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
Is it true that Adam showed up at Andy Samberg's wedding dressed as his character from the movie? I can't remember the name of the movie.
That's my boy.
That's my boy. Is that true?
My boy. Yeah, no, that's what I heard. Right, I've seen that interview too. I heard Andy sitting there like worried about his family attacking Adam, and then he hears, "Hey, how are you?" And he turns around and it's Adam dressed as the character, and it was the opposite all night. He was worried about Adam disturbing his in-laws.
Right. Man, that is funny. Hey, Chris, we appreciate the time. Everybody watch Happy Gilmore 2 coming out tomorrow on Netflix. It's going to be fantastic. All these cameos, PG-13, so it's good for the kids. Can't wait to watch it. Yeah. Been looking forward to this for a while. Thank you for joining us, Chris.
Thanks for having me, man. Make sure to watch tomorrow on Netflix. Happy Gilmore 2.
We're in. We're all in. Thank you, Chris. Chris Titone. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll watch it this weekend. I don't think I can watch it. I don't think we have time tomorrow, but I'll watch it this weekend.
I gotta have Aaron watch the first one because we haven't seen
What's
it.
your guys' favorite part from the first movie? Because that movie has so many iconic parts.
Oh, my God.
Bob Barker kicking his ass.
Yeah. I mean.
No, you know what? Your part I like is when they go to the bar and he's like, I'll kick your A. And he goes, psh, well, let's do it, dude.
Actually,
he was with it, man.
When I saw it the first time, I lost it when he jumps in the batting cage, starts taking fastballs to the chest, and then the other kid goes in and takes one and drops.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
So
maybe
funny.
in a baseball player.
I like when Carl Weathers opens the box and it's the alligator
He
falls out the window.
And he jumps in the water after the alligator get the ball back.
And what's the name of her? Is it Julie Bowen, the one that plays the girlfriend? She's from Modern Family.
Is she? See, she's in this one.
Yeah.
And they have a kid together?
I don't know. I think so, but I've been trying not to find out too much about the movie.
I also have not watched the trailer totally.
Yeah,
I don't like watching trailers.
When I go to the movies, and I don't go to the movies often these days, but when I do, I don't walk into the theater until the previews are over because I don't.
You can't.
Like they started showing. I went to a movie over the weekend, and they started showing a preview for that new Spike Lee movie with Denzel Washington, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I don't want to get that spoiled.
Spike Lee got a new movie with Denzel Washington?
Yes. It looks really good. I watched the first 10 seconds of preview. I'm like, I'm out of here.
Really?
I don't want to see it.
Oh, I got to see.
I think it's called Highest to Lowest or something. I don't remember.
Previews have gotten a little out of hand. They're already
They're
teasing
so long.
The Odyssey, which doesn't come out for a year.
Yeah, and they just these trailers, they're they show too much. They spoil the movies to me.
Come out next month.
Is it highest to lowest? Was I right about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch anything with Denzel Washington in it, but I like Spike Lee too, and I'm sure that's going to be the two of them working together. That'll be. He's been in how many Spike Lee movies?
What's that? Was He Got Game the last one he did with Spike Lee?
I guess maybe that's. I feel like Spike Lee hasn't done a lot of movies lately.
No, he hasn't.
He's kind of slowed down.
I did not know. Nobody does a lot of movies lately.
Ray Allen was just out of college or high school when he made that movie.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
A long time ago.
He was good. He was good in it. Anyway, so there you go. That's what the movies. I was mentioning. You guys weren't here. I walked out of a movie. So I took Aaron and 3 of his friends. They wanted to go see Superman. So I took them to Crocker Park because they were going to go see it.
What did he
IMAX
think
3D.
of it?
They all loved it. The kids loved it.
Okay.
Everybody loves it.
Well, there's the one. Chris Russo said.
Mike Francis.
I mean, yeah. Excuse me.
It's one opinion. If you look at the reviews, it's got like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes by both critics and fans. So some people have their agendas and don't like it. Whatever.
Said it was the worst thing he ever seen.
It was everybody. And my son and his friends, they wanted to see it. Part of the reason they wanted to see it is because one of their teachers was an extra in it, but they actually couldn't find him.
Oh, wow.
They didn't see it, but he was supposed to be an extra in it. But I went to see this movie called Eddington, and it starred Pedro Pascal, who I like, and I forgot his name again.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, thank you. And it was May of 2020, and it was the mayor and the sheriff of this town fighting about COVID restrictions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have no interest in doing this.
No.
So what made you? Did you not know that going into the movie?
I don't like to find out too much about movies going in. I had heard it was a good movie.
So you got up and walked out and did what?
I knew it took place during early COVID, but I didn't realize the whole movie was going to be about it. And I was like, I'm sick of these fights. I got PTSD from it, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
I walked out like 20 minutes in.
So what did you do?
I just hung out. I went and grabbed some sushi from the
You didn't
place.
go jump in another movie?
I should have.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That was the thing to do. Get a ticket to one and get after that
I
was
used to
over.
do that
Go
all
to
the
the
time.
other one.
yeah.
But I'm a respected member of society now, Tyvis. I can't be sneaking into movies. But oddly enough,
I did all the time.
oddly enough, I was sitting outside of the theater and got recognized by like 10 different people that day. People kept coming up to me. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Except for this one woman that called me Michael, as I mentioned the other day. I don't know what. She was so excited to meet me. She asked me to talk up to her husband on FaceTime, which I did. Nice guy, but she called me Michael. I thought it was funny, but I didn't correct her.
You know, yesterday I went out to breakfast with my radio crew.
Yeah.
And we sitting at a table. So the table is 6 seats at the table.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here, and there's nobody across from me.
Right.
There's 2 empty chairs, and then my producer and co-host is sitting there.
Yeah.
And this lady walked straight up to me, and she goes, Tyvis, I love your new show. I love listening to you on the radio.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking like,
She had no interest in that.
She didn't even.
Yeah. She didn't.
And I was like, that's
you were just there.
I guess so.
Wait a second. There was nobody between you and the other guys?
No, because the table had the sauces and how when you go to a restaurant they got
So it was 6 seats and it was just the 3 of you.
Yes.
So it was one guy space you, and then on the other side there was somebody across from the first guy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, how come you didn't sit next to the guy?
Because I wouldn't have had room on the table to put my plate on the table.
All right.
I just scooted over one.
All right.
But it's like, dang, they sitting right here. You can say
some
hello
people,
to them.
either they don't know or they, I don't know.
I felt bad.
Did you say, hey, this is...
I didn't, and that's why I really feel bad.
Yeah, it's fine. I do that. If I'm out and I'm with somebody else...
But I don't know if they want attention or not. Like, I don't know how they feel about, being recognized.
Yeah. I mean...
But she said she heard my voice, and she said, I knew it was you. Because I could just tell off your voice.
I like you look exactly like that guy, Jason Lloyd. I'm like, I get that all the time.
Yeah. I was on the phone when I was putting together the fall baseball league. I had to call a couple of travel coaches to speak about some kids that we had, and this one guy, after 5 minutes into this conversation, he goes, "Man, you sound a lot like that Adam the Bull guy." And especially my voice in Cleveland,
it's very distinct.
Stands out because it's not like a lot of people in the media with news. Yeah. I thought I just meant the accent, not the rah, 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 rah. But okay, I'll take that too. Although my accent is not nearly as thick as it used to be. And I get, do you guys feel like I have a thick New York accent?
Man, I don't know if I'm
Because
used.
if
I
you
think
heard
I'm used to it.
Like if you listen to New York sports radio, you wouldn't think I have a
I
heavy
agree.
accent.
You don't have a
Yeah.
thick New York accent, but you can tell you're from New York.
Oh,
Does that make
sure.
sense?
Yes,
I think it is the. It's just
Yeah,
the loud
yeah.
roar.
Right.
More so than the way you pronounce
By
words.
the way,
Right, yes, I agree with that.
I want to make this prediction
Yeah.
as of July 24, 2025 at 12:53, almost 12:54.
Yes.
I want to say this. The Browns will take a quarterback in the first round, and his name will be Lenore Sellers.
Is that the guy you like?
No, I just think that's who the
Is
Browns
he
will
related to Brad Sellers?
take. I don't know. I don't know, but I just think that's who they're going to take.
You think so?
Yep.
All right, let's get to some super chats, Anthony.
Yeah, guys, most of them here come from a multiple of people. Ahmad, Mick McGee, and Jordan all say Rip Hulk Hogan. Josh says Sawyer Robertson, QB out of Baylor, going to have a big year. Remember that name.
You know him?
Sawyer, never heard of him.
It's a
Sawyer
good football
Robinson.
name.
Writing it down.
Sawyer Robinson out of Baylor.
That is what it says, yeah.
It's Baylor in the Big 12, right?
I have no idea.
What's wrong with y'all? Y'all don't know nothing.
Well, you're asking me. I mean, you should know. You're the college football guy
I
here.
think they are.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they are.
Last I knew they were, but they change around so much.
I know you can't.
They ain't went to
track
the
of these
SEC.
conferences. So then
Yeah,
they
there's
got
only like
Bought
2.
College Football 26, so I don't know yet.
When does that come out?
It's
It
out.
came out like last month.
Okay.
All right,
I
next one.
played. By the way, my son last night. You know, he's not feeling great because he got braces and it's kind of bothering him. So we've been letting him like play heavy video games here and relax lately. So last night he goes, "Dad, will you play FIFA with me on Xbox?" And I don't play video games, right? But I'm like, all right, he's so pitiful right now. I'm like, yeah, I'll play. We'll see how. I was like, you ready to get your ass kicked? Thinking I was going to win for whatever reason.
Why did you think you're going to win if you never played?
Well, we played once when he first got it, and I beat him 1-0.
Okay.
All right, so I was like, all right, I'll beat him again.
He's gotten better.
Well, yeah, because his buddy Patrick plays all the time, and now he's gotten good.
So you
and
lost
he beat
bad.
me 5-0 or 4-0, something. I got clobbered.
Yeah, that FIFA different.
It's actually fun. I'm not a big
Oh,
soccer
yeah.
fan, but it was a fun
Yeah,
game,
FIFA's a
and it
fun
moves
game.
quickly. You know,
Try NHL. I tried that. That's
I don't think
Oh,
he
the
has
NHL
that.
games are a
I
blast.
know he has
good.
Madden.
Yeah, that's kinda
he has
fun.
baseball.
Make Gretzky's head bleed? Or am I in the
Can
wrong?
you do that?
It's a line
Old-
from Swingers.
From Swingers.
Make
Yeah.
Gretzky's head bleed.
What a movie! I bet you these guys have not seen Swingers.
no.
They're too young.
Why
You
would-
haven't seen Swingers?
He's too young.
Have you, Ant?
No
come
chance
on.
Anthony has
Come
seen
on,
that
Ant.
No chance.
Have you
I'm
seen?
looking it up. I need to know. I don't know.
No chance.
Well, if you have to
Also,
look it up,
I'm
you
Googling
haven't
this
seen it.
on work Wi-Fi. Don't yell at me.
No,
It's
it's
not
not
a
that kind of
porno.
Swingers. It's
not a
Vince
porno,
Vaughn
it's
and
a
John
mainstream-
Favreau. Your money, baby. You're so
Have you
money.
seen
I've
it?
definitely never seen it. It
Oh.
came
Steve,
out a
have
year
you
before I
seen
was
it?
born, though.
Has Steve seen it?
No, Steve has not seen it.
It's a classic.
It is
it on my list.
It is an all-timer. It's a top 5 movie for me.
I love that scene when
Yeah.
they're in the diner and he's just
Standing on the chair.
table. and
Yeah,
he's just-
yeah.
That's crazy. What was the? There was a famous actress in that too, wasn't there? One of the girls he hooks up with.
Hold on, I'll go to IMDb.
What was it? What's her name?
Well, the singers, the Staying Alive singers, that's a real place in L.A. And
oh, really?
Because we
the
went.
Brown Derby or the
I
whatever
forget.
it was
I forget
called.
what it's called, but we went there.
Yeah.
When we
that
were
was
in
a
L.A.
low
Heather
budget
Graham?
movie. What's that?
It was a Heather Graham.
Heather Graham,
Graham,
right?
yeah, she
I
was
ran
in
into. You know, it's funny. I say I ran into her like I chatted with her. When I was in L.A. a few years back on vacation, I was at this deli, and my wife and I are eating, and I look over. I'm like, I think that's Heather Graham. And she's like, and she looks over. She goes, "Yeah, it's Heather Graham."
Getting
and
her
it was a
meat.
Jewish deli, and I was like, "All right, man." She was just eating soup. I'm like, "Come on, Heather Graham, have some real food." I saw her in that deli, and I saw Jeff Garland in that deli too.
Wow.
But go ahead.
Next one comes from McGee
Yeah.
again. Waterboy was filmed in my hometown of DeLand, Florida. And then the
Wow.
last one here comes from Curtis Reeser. Great show as always, guys. The guards have me believing again, and I'm scared. And great Netflix tonight. Getting Netflix tonight just for Happy Gilmore 2. Let's hope it holds up.
There you go.
Yeah, I think we're all hoping it ends up being good. What else am I watching? I'm trying to think if there's anything else worth recommending right now. Anybody watching anything new? The summer's a little slow. The new yet another Dexter show. If for those who like the Dexter Resurrection is back. That's pretty good.
I'm in on Stick. I think the finale.
People like Stick.
I like it.
I gotta watch the last episode.
I gotta give it another shot because I didn't like it.
Watch 9 episodes.
I like it.
I found the kids so annoying that I stopped watching.
I don't think.
Maybe
he's
I'll give it a
annoying.
second shot.
I liked it.
I see the ninth episode, the way it ended. I'm curious to see how the 10th one goes.
I assume this is the season finale.
Yeah, because they came out yesterday and said they got it renewed for season 2.
Okay.
I mentioned the other day, double thumbs up for The Pit on HBO Max.
It's on my list.
Yeah, I got to check
15 episodes.
My wife said it is amazing.
She said it's amazing, right?
Yep.
It is. I started it and I'm like, I don't really like medical dramas, so I stopped like 10 minutes.
Oh,
in,
I know what you're talking about
I went
now.
back. Yeah. Liz and I binge watched it.
It's Pittsburgh, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was an amazing show. The acting's phenomenal. What's his name? Noah. He was in ER.
Oh, Noah Wiley.
Noah Wiley. He's the head doctor there.
Man, he hasn't done anything since ER, has he?
He's amazing in this.
Is
I don't know these. He's probably done some things here and there, but
I think Earl's mentioned it, but I just started watching the Bin Laden documentary on Netflix too. I'm 1 episode in of the 3. It's really good so far.
I haven't seen that.
Hunting Bin Laden. Earl's recommended it to me. I think.
Have not
it's really
seen
good.
that. There's a Billy Joel documentary on HBO Max, 2 parts.
I'm cool.
It's really good.
I subscribed for HBO when
Yeah.
Hard Knocks came out, thinking
Yeah.
I would cancel after, and I
haven't.
can't figure out how to cancel, so I'm stuck with HBO.
We'll see you on Overtime.